Let me just make sure that everyone knows to watch the Stanley Cup playoffs with Steve Dangle. Okay, it's up. Hey, everybody! Oh my gosh! Screamed so loud I caused myself to freeze. Hey, Game 2 of Watch the Stanley Cup playoffs with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends tonight. Game 2 in Colorado. Once again, Colorado leads this series 1-0 because of an Andre Burakovsky overtime winner. Imagine that, a Colorado Avalanche overtime winner where I got the name right the first time. Good for me. If you would like to dress up like me, go to shopsportsnet.store for your hat picks and dang it's merch. Thought I should tell you that. Now, a bunch of you were asking, hey, Steve, where's the hat picks and dang it's video this week? We didn't have one because I don't know if you noticed this. We're running out of games. So we're not actually sure when the next hat picks and dang it's video is going to be. It's probably, we're not sure. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to say we're not sure because Drew was like, no, we're going to do it this week. And I'm like, but we might do hat picks, and then in theory, there could only be one game left. And then we could do dang it's, the final dang it's of the year, the day after Colorado wins the cup. Drew, do you really want to work on that video? So we're not sure. But whichever hat picks or dang it's video is next, we expect to be the last one. We could be really nice and give you a hat picks and dang it's this week and then the next. And on the last one, I'll just have to be really long and descriptive because we won't have a lot of highlights to work with. We're going to be taking your questions in the chat. So leave your questions in the chat. At intermissions, we will have entertainment. So don't leave. Don't go anywhere. I'll know. And if you see me freeze or, something like that, they'll quickly take me off screen. We'll do some BB boops. We'll try to fix it with a series of BB boops, and we'll just leave the full game up, which I'm sure you won't have any objections to. Some people might prefer it that way. Steve, shut up. No. You saw the title. You knew I'd be here. This is my house. You wipe your feet at the door, all right? You know what? Before we get to questions, did you want to go to break? No? Yes? No. Okay. I thought, because I froze, I thought you said, anyway. Okay. Let's do lines before, just me having a casual chat with producers too, while you all watch, that you can't hear. Let's go through the lines of the Lightning and Avalanche before we get to your questions. The Lightning, it's a little boring on account of they didn't really change anything. But how about a reminder? Andre Palat, underrated. Stamkos and Kucherov. Kucherov and Palat torched one of the best defense pairs in the entire NHL last game. Killorn, Cirelli, Hagel. That's the all day, all night line. What a nightmare. Ross Colton, Braden Point, Nick Paul. That line to me is an enormous wild card. Extraordinarily talented, extraordinary work ethic. Really banged up. And then Maroon, Belmar, Perry is the fourth line. Hedman, Ruda is the top pair. Got that band back together recently. McDonough, Cernak, Sergachev, Bogosian, Vasilevsky, obviously, in net. The Avalanche, we got a little bit of news. No Nazem Kadri, but Andrew Cogliano in the lineup. So, what do? Landeskog, McKinnon, and Chushkin, no change there. Burakovsky, Comfer, Rantanen. That's the new look second line without Nazem Kadri, no change there. Arturi Lehkonen, that's his name, with Darren Helm and Logan O'Connor as the third line. O'Connor and Helm up from the fourth line, at least from last series. Now the new look fourth line is Cogliano, Nico Sturm, and Alex Newhook, looking like he's going to play on the right. Nicolas Aube-Kubel is the one sitting. I saw it reported that Newhook could be the one sitting, which, you know, if you've been watching these streams, I love the way he plays. Zero finish. But I think that will develop over time. I'm a believer in that player. He's got feet. Taves McCarr, Jack Johnson, Josh Manson, Bowen Byram, Eric Johnson, Darcy Kemper starts. How close are we to game time? Puck drop? About a minute. So we got the anthem. So let me see if I can get through some questions quick. Don't forget to get your questions into the chat. Tikachu, what's your favorite piece of fan merch? I'm not sure what okay, if you're asking my favorite around the NHL, I'm going to say the chains that the Avalanche have right now. But if you're talking about me and something people have given me, someone once gave me a Morgan Riley Leafs jersey, but it was black and gold OVO style. Or there's this. Come on. It's the Belleville Bulls bell. And they don't even play there anymore. It's the Belleville Senators now. I like the bell. It's very loud. My son likes it as well. He's 2. Hawken, how do you prep for a stream? I annoy all the producers behind the scenes. I get a variety of liquids. There's some water. A little bit of the bubbly. I have a headache, so I had an Advil. I had a coffee. Read the notes. I say, Producer Rob, who's playing tonight? And Producer Rob goes, here's who's playing tonight, Steve. And then I do a preamble, and then the game starts. Darcy Kemper's 30th career playoff game. Vasilevsky has played 30 playoff games in, I don't know, last month. Feels like it. Nathan McKinnon off the draw. Ryan McDonough, not the person he's going up against on the faceoff. I was confused by that. We're underway. Game 2. Tampa looking to even the series. Now, I should mention, if Colorado wins tonight, no one would be surprised. Look at the fans going nuts already. If Tampa found a way to tie it in Tampa. But no team has ever gone down 2-0 in the in the conference final and in the Stanley Cup final and won the cup. Tampa, you'll remember, was down 2-0 to the Rangers, and they ended up winning. You can play with fire so many times before it burns you. Oh! Oh! Everyone thought that went in. It almost did. Into the corner. Comfort. Quick change for the Avs. Whoa! Are we going to get our first penalty of the game? Looks like it. As JT Compher and Ryan McDonough got caught up, or was that offside?
30 seconds in
Chaos.
The offensive zone, lots of good chances down low, and then all of a sudden
it's a penalty to McDonough.
Right by the side, and
Thank you,
Steven
producer Nick.
Stamkos clears that one away. Look at Vasilevsky's looking the other way. There's Nichushkin again that puts it across, and then just an
here's the call, I assume.
by McDonough. The rough up on
yeah, you can't do
a little bit overzealous
that. You can't do that. Roughing is the call.
Kelly Rudy talked about special teams, and here's an early power play to try to ignite this.
That guy wanted to chirp McDonough and make sure he was on camera.
Avalanche 1 for 3 in the opener, a 5-on-3 power play goal.
Wow, not a good start for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Colorado with the power play already. Barely over a minute into this game. Colorado puts it on, stopped by Vasilevsky.
as he does so often for the Lightning, can just settle everybody down.
In games 2 through 7,
isn't all that effective. It just seems for players.
Tampa is 1-3 in game 1s in these playoffs. They lost to the Leafs, killed the Florida Panthers. They lost to the Rangers, and they've lost to the Avalanche. They're 11-3 in games 2 through 7. 2 of those losses were to the Leafs. 1 was to the Rangers.
The puck is cleared down the ice off the stick of Nick Paul.
Ridiculous.
Back to get it.
Cale Makar goes back and collects it. He decides to give it to Nathan McKinnon, who has the scariest power play zone entry in the league. Oh, God, he's fun to watch. Fun to watch. Wham! Makar wide.
McKinnon down low, and Landeskog will sweep it around.
Landeskog gets it to Rantanen.
Rantanen now on a 5-game point streak.
Someone on the Avalanche actually named Mikko. Great pickoff from Anthony Cirelli as he sends it down the ice.
The one entry, though, that's the first time.
So the Avs have to go back and collect.
McKinnon with that speed through the neutral zone, and you just see how dangerous he can be when he gets that open ice.
Makar drops it off. Here's the overtime hero from Wednesday night, Andre Burakovsky. It'll be played around.
My friend just texted me, said I look good. Asked if I napped. I did not. I'm just giving her. I don't need a pre-game nap. Is the Lightning clearing again? I got to tell you, the Avs don't look terribly dangerous right now.
Pressure just makes it so difficult to get the easy entry, especially for the second unit.
One of the few teams with the personnel to play 2D on the power play and have it make sense. Owen Byram and Devon Taves out there. Oh, Nichushkin! He scores! Like lightning! The Avalanche, of course. The choo-choo train all stops to the back of the net again. This dude went an entire NHL season without scoring a goal once. And he's got 7 in these playoffs. His 11th of his career. And that's just a good goal. Burakovsky with the setup. The Lightning let Nichushkin get loose. Oh boy, just an uncharacteristic lack of attention to detail. And the Avalanche have the lead before the Lightning have a shot.
Stanley Cup playoff goals, and he has scored
7 of the playoffs for Valeri Nichushkin. Now I can't just say what I said about him and not bring it up, or not bring up the actual stats. So let me look at it. Reminder that I can't hear what the commentators say. Oh my gosh. In the 18-19 season, really not that long ago, Nichushkin had 10 assists, 0 goals in 57 games for the Dallas Stars. I believe he was bought out that summer, joined the Avalanche, and immediately became good. His underlying numbers have basically always been there.
Just a few years ago, here's Makar.
But this year he finally broke out, scored 25. Avs lose puck in front. All over Tampa early. My goodness. Oh.
Fired high and out of play off the stick of the captain as the Avalanche starting quickly again.
Unless they're going to get Vasilevsky to jump up in the rush, I don't know how the Lightning expect this game to go. They're having real trouble coping with the speed and energy of the Colorado Avalanche. Nichushkin almost had another one. Oh my goodness. Landeskog. Oh. Second line out there for the Avs. Nick Paul wins the draw. Can't clear. Goodness gracious. Avs all around it. I'm not sure who that pass was to.
Try and settle things down for the Lightning.
Zach Bogosian calms things down a little bit. Lightning get it in deep. Whoa! Double hit from the Lightning, and it looks cool, but here come the Avs again. Oh, Rantanen! Oh, my goodness! Almost a highlight reel goal for Mikko Rantanen.
John Cooper didn't feel like there were that many
Lightning still
chances
doesn't have a
allowed in
shot
game
on
one.
goal.
There was one for Rantanen looking to expand the lead, and here they come again.
Here comes Darren Helm.
And that shot off a stick and out.
Holy cow. 4.5 minutes into this thing. Avs lead 1-0. They could lead 3-0. Lightning don't have a shot. By the way, I didn't realize this until we were talking about it behind the scenes. Here's another look at that. Oh, Vasilevsky just getting a piece of that. We were talking about it behind the scenes before the stream even started. And I was like, how about Darren Helm, who's 35, being an effective third-line player in the Stanley Cup final in 2022? That dude was a rookie for the Red Wings 2008 Stanley Cup win. He went to the Cup final in each of his first 2 seasons, in 08 and 09. He only played 7 games in the 07-08 season. My first season doing videos about hockey on my YouTube channel. And then he played 18 in the playoffs. Tampa just dumping it out. They got to get creative here. Now, we have seen Tampa struggle in these playoffs. They always seem to find a way to figure it out, even if it's just for a moment, and surprise you. Case in point, last game. Colorado was all over them. Colorado was winning 3-1. I thought they were starting to look better and better. And then the Lightning, like, that was almost a 2-on-1 right there. And then the Lightning find a way to score 2 goals in 40 seconds. Roughly. Oh! Vasilevsky almost gave the puck away. Now, these are Tampa's big boys. You got to at least get a shot on goal. Here comes Kucherov. Man. Colorado methodical, but they do just turn it back up the ice to Tampa. So if you're on the bench, you got to feel like that's progress. Good hit. Here's the all-day, all-night line. Whip! Brandon Hagel with the first shot of the game for the Lightning. I don't really think he got all of it, but it's something.
Owen Byram up the left boards. Helm trying to get loose. Checked by Hagel. And now Byram will get it back.
Now the Avs have it.
Byram with 22:37 of ice time in game number 1. That's a playoff high for him as he works his way
Owen Byram, man. I think we're watching a star. Blossom right before our eyes. He's getting better and better in these playoffs. I really like watching him play.
Mikko Rantanen, a pair of assists in game 1. But here is Nick
There was good effort along the boards by the Lightning, and here comes Nick Paul.
Unable to get it to the net.
Oh, Brayton Point, he lost sight of it. The Avs do turn it over, but they'll get it out at least.
Wink has to turn back with Paul inside the line. And now they'll get it deep in behind the
Ross Colton gets the zone entry.
Taves to Makar and around for Rantanen, kept in by Sergachev. Devon Taves has room to wheel.
Might not seem like it, but the Lightning have made progress over the last few shifts. Is that offside?
Yeah. So 7:29 gone here in game number 2.
Holy cow, what a start for the Colorado Avalanche as they lead 1-0 here in game 2 as they try to take a 2-0 lead in the Stanley Cup final. Watch the Stanley Cup playoffs with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends that we'll be right back. Hello, watch the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Stanley Cup final, no less, with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends if you're just joining us. Quite the start for the Colorado Avalanche, up 1-0 off of Valerie Nichushkin goal.
Good examples on the power play. 2 for 4 now are the Avalanche.
He's 7th in the playoffs.
This series.
And John Cooper's penalty
This
kill
guy.
has now surrendered
What a
6
career
in
resurgence.
the last 14 times shorthanded.
He's always had the underlying numbers. Responsible defensive player. Who cares, man? Bury it. Here come the Avs. They got numbers! Josh Manson! The deadline pickup! This is what you get a player like that for moments like this! 2-0 Colorado! His third career playoff goal. Not a bad time to get it. And the score in this game is what Colorado hopes this series is at the end of the night. Cogliano back in the lineup. Making an immediate impact. Look at the shot. Making Andrei Vasilevsky look downright ordinary. This Avs team is good. Scary good. And here they come again. Is this 3? Can you imagine Andrei Vasilevsky getting yanked in a Stanley Cup final game?
In the first 2 games.
And the one thing, if you're an Avalanche player,
I'm not saying it's going to happen.
Each other now, going, we're finding a way to get it past
But
Vasilevsky. So much of the talk
we're
about, okay,
8
that
minutes
game
deep
won,
in this game.
He dials himself in.
And once again, the Avalanche
but in this series already, there's
have
a few
more goals than the Lightning have shots on
under
goal.
his arm for the game's first goal in game 1 that Landeskog popped through. And Manson,
The Lightning aren't
a goal scorer, comes in and puts one
a team that really seems to get down on themselves.
Third of the playoffs for Josh Manson. He scored in game 2.
Man, they look pretty dejected.
And an overtime goal against the St. Louis Blues.
They got the blender out a little bit. Is this Nick Paul, Nikita Kucherov? That was a big hit in the corner.
And now the Avalanche away again.
And oh my goodness, here comes Nathan MacKinnon. The Avs with numbers again. MacKinnon stops up though. And he's cut off, and puck goes out.
Penalty against the Lightning, and we're going to see.
That's a penalty? I thought that went off the Avalanche. Sergachev put it out.
Ontario DraftKings Sportsbook is getting you in on the action.
Oh,
Just
good
download
catch,
the DraftKings
producer
Sportsbook
Nick.
app, celebrate alongside your team.
Let's get another look at that. I definitely thought that was
From bad to worse. And
one of the Avs there. I guess Sergachev. Oh boy, what an awful start for the Lightning. Nope. Not even close. I thought it might have been Nichushkin. But Sergachev just sort of shanks the thing. Oh, it goes straight up.
As you mentioned, there's your first 10 minutes. He hasn't reached the 9-minute
Didn't
mark
Sergachev have a penalty last game too? Oh, wow. Can you imagine if the Avs scored there? The Lightning clear it. And wow, the Lightning, the Tampa Bay Lightning in full-blown survival mode. I never thought I'd see the day. Yep. I thought that was offside too.
Okay, experience of the 2-time champs, a little bit of inexperience on the other side, and how are guys going to react? Well, I think coming in, both coaches are saying we got to execute better.
The Lightning can trick you.
It's the defending champs that have struggled a little bit here early. For Jared Bednar, though, he was quite honest.
They can trick you, but I tell you what, Colorado goes up 3-0 here on this power play.
2 goals in 48 seconds in the second, so he expected his team to be much better.
I don't know how you don't call them the favorites.
Team and definitely the faster team here to start.
This morning he talked about winning the 2-minute
Oh,
game lead.
oh my gosh, what a move by MacKinnon. Landeskog. Now the Avs with their formation going. Oh, patient move by MacKinnon. Almost works. I don't know about that, and Lehkonen loses it. The Lightning throw it down the ice. Kemper handles it. Still lots of time to work.
Don't even allow Vasilevsky to try to shut the door there. And another point-blank shot from the slot that was set up to have a tip in on the side.
Second unit out early for Colorado.
Over the line. Taves
Oh, what a
redirects
move by
it.
Taves at the blue line.
Deflects high.
There's something in the Lightning
You know,
crease.
there's a good game plan, though, as you know, Vasilevsky.
It's a shard of
his
something. Did
ability
you
to
see
dial
that?
in and make those plays,
Very
that's
distracting.
often a
You
shot
see it
that
right there?
McKinnon will take a hard
At the
one
tip of
time,
someone's
and
stick or
Gary's
something?
looking on and, oh, can't believe that one went through. And good adjustment, though.
Get into the game. I love it.
Almost connected down low.
53 seconds remaining in the power play.
Shot 6-1 for Colorado, man. Unreal. Their second power play of the game. They're up 2-0. Nightmare start for the Lightning.
Lightning send it 200 feet. So Taves back along with Byram. Burakovsky up front. Along
And
with
Taves with it.
Nichushkin, who has
Man,
a
that
goal,
move at the
and
blue line was
Alex Newhook,
just
who
such a
has pair
quick
of
pass.
helpers. As Burakovsky works his way
Burakovsky.
in. High in the air.
Oh, Hedman swats at it but misses it, and this will allow the Avalanche to do something.
That shot muffled by
Byram
Cirelli.
can't get it.
It'll be kicked into the line.
Avs hold the zone, though. 20
They'll get
seconds to
reset.
go.
Back to
Gonna
Taves.
feel like an eternity.
And Byram, a couple of BC
Byram
boys on the
again.
point.
Thinks better of it this time.
Byram
Back to the
indirect
point.
back to Taves.
10
Returns
seconds
it.
to go in this
Slot.
power play.
That shot
Blocked.
Get the
Tampa
line
blocks
by
a lot of
Byram.
shots, man.
And his pass will
And
go
the
back
Avs
to
lose
center.
the zone.
And the penalty done,
And
so
Tampa
they get
kills
back on
that
the
one
ice.
off. Huge
As
for them.
Newhook rolls it in, they did not
As they were
register.
absolutely
The shot on
reeling,
goal.
not allowing a single shot
Lightning can get a
on
little
goal.
momentum off a successful penalty kill.
Survival mode. Whoa! Almost a power play.
Lehkonen waited, but
Now
the
they got to
play
thrive.
is offside.
Lehkonen offside.
Past the midway mark of the opening period. First
You know, the
Nichushkin
Avalanche have a
and then
precarious
Josh
relationship with
Manson, and it's
the offside
2-0
rule. Man,
Avalanche.
it's just a good shot from Josh Manson. It's the Avs lead 2-0. Watch the Stanley Cup playoffs. Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Josh Manson had 2 goals in 22 games with the Avs since getting traded there by the Ducks. He's got 2 goals in these playoffs. Well, actually, he had 2 heading into this game. I'm looking at HockeyDB right now, and their stats are obviously not updated from this game. So he scored more playoff goals as an Av than regular season goals. And it's his 3rd playoff goal of his career because all of his playoff goals came this year. I learned that just now. Even going back, he has 1 career AHL playoff goal, 3 career BCHL playoff goals. Dude. He's a great story. He didn't play a ton with the Ducks. They did have that one long run in 2017. Oilers fans will not remember that fondly. But he's missed a lot of playoffs, man. The Ducks have not been good. And he's been a huge addition for the Avalanche. Those deadline pickups don't always work. It doesn't always work. Oh, yeah, we're going to get the good player from a bad team. What are they going to give you? Because when you're with a bad team for that long, even if you're a good player, I think you miss a lot of the situational experience. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Listen, you should get as many good players as you can.
The stat set, Chris mentioned 0 goals the previous year. It was a learning curve defensively. Took a bit of time.
But
to
when
get
you're
his
in a
confidence
moment
back,
like
but
this,
he's evolved into, in the coach's mind, one of the best two-way forwards in the game now, Chris.
you want a player who rises to the occasion. Josh Manson's doing it, man.
It's the defensive side, too. When you have the trust of your coach now, it takes the pressure off having to score goals all the time and being dominant offensively. That'll come. And I think Jared Bednar's moved him up and
Producer
down the
Drew
lineup
is
because
sending
of
me
that. And I think he obviously
pro
felt
Avalanche
he's a great
propaganda
defensive
to my
player,
phone,
and he adds to
and I
that
will not
top
be
line.
swayed.
And now the fruits of his confidence really paying dividends. What a start.
Calling
to
this
Stanley
down
Cup
the middle.
for him.
6 shots game 1, already 2 shots. Here in
We have
game
never
number
done
2,
watch
just
the
1
Stanley Cup
shot on
playoffs
goal
with Steve Dangle
for the Lightning so far.
without the
Here's
Lightning
area pass,
in the final.
Point. We'll move it in, so point up
Jan
there.
Ruda
Kucherov.
pinches,
Rantanen sends it across,
and the Avs turn it up the other way. Oh, if they get that, Could have been an interesting rush for them. 2-on-2. Lightning shoot it. Their second shot of the game. They have now evened up the Avs goals and their shots.
Holding on. And a pass for Bogosian, who moved up, cut off. And
pass down low. Avs pick it off. Game center. Shot attempts are 15-2. Holy mackerel!
So now you juggle your lineup a little bit, try to get a spark.
Whoa! Ross Colton almost smushed. Almost. Oh, that's a good play. Ross Colton again. Feisty player, man. He's been great in these playoffs for Tampa. Man. Hold on to it. Logan O'Connor chasing this down. Zach Bogosian gets to it first. Wham! Behind the net. Colton again. Blocked, man. The Avs have been smothering in the high slot so far in this game, but the Lightning are a smart team, a patient team. John Cooper, smart coach. Let's see what they do. Well, the Lightning turn it over right now. Newhook with it.
Feeds the point. Jack Johnson across.
Whoop. Byram misses it. Gets it down low though. Gets it back. Shoots. Byram on the backhand. Man, he's had lots of puck time tonight. Oh, Jack Johnson. That's a smart play. That's a smart play. Kept his feet moving. He could have whacked at the thing. Lost the puck battle. Giving up a breakaway to, I think that was Anthony Cirelli. That was a smart play by Jack Johnson.
Gets it in deep, and Darcy Kemper, who's had a quiet first period, plays it ahead for Eric Johnson. It kept in at the line. And now
Lightning lose the zone. Avs top line breaks it out. Oh, Nathan McKinnon with the spin! If that went in,
would have been spectacular.
I don't know if it's possible to win the Stanley Cup in 2 games, but they should just call it.
I think Vasilevsky's just looking to his side, and each and every time there's one that the fans wanted
puck
it
up
directly
and
but
out
it's
of
off the
play.
glass and out. But there's the common thread. Instead of shooting,
Goodness gracious.
trying to make the
Watch
pass,
this guy.
the speed
Watch
to
this
the
guy. Watch how
outside, the
close
quick little turnaround,
Landeskog.
his Hedman
The
overplays,
pass.
almost connects on the back door.
Oh!
Landeskog just a little
He
bit
got a
late.
piece of it and everything.
Bouncing puck, and he can't get enough
It
of
basically
but
just hopped over his
for
stick.
Vasilevsky,
He
gotta
barely
be a little bit
redirected it.
unsettling when all the plays that are coming at you end up
Yeah,
on the
swear
other
words on the
side.
Avs
So
bench.
head on a
Right there.
swivel, see where the threat is, and it's
Ugh.
been a pretty good start to this game number 2 for the
Do I
Avs
hate or
offense.
love when Vasilevsky does that?
Where Nate McKinnon feels like playing at a different speed than everybody else. And
It frightens me.
not the first time people have commented on that. Kale McCarr can play at a different velocity as well.
Burakovsky.
With a pass to
From the Avs! Oh, they scored! You've got to be kidding! The Avs completely dominant to start game 2. Not even 14 minutes in, and the Avs once again have more goals than the Lightning have shots. Andre Burakovsky scores for the second straight game. Tap it in. 96-95. How many of those have ever happened in NHL history? And the Avalanche are rushing the Lightning right now. What percent of Vasilevsky is even in the net to stop it? Shots 8-2, scored 3-0, and the Avs look mighty strong. This is unbelievable. Is this the hardest barn in the entire league to play in? Man, Kucherov going 1-on-3. Lightning are a patient team, but that's an impatient play. Vasilevsky to Stamkos. Does the captain have some magic in him? He goes deep. He's in completely alone. He's got no support. Got no support whatsoever. The Avs airmail it out of the zone. Oh, Darren Helm stepped up on Nick Paul there. Oof. Here comes Darren Helm. He loses it a little bit, though. Dropped by Bogosian.
Fans loving this. Under 5 to go.
Fans are chanting, "We want the cup."
And the defending champions need.
Thank you, producer Nick, for that.
Nick Paul takes a look.
It's good. It's good to be upfront about your wants and needs.
He'll wrap it in and
they want the cup.
Jack Johnson swipes at it. Ross Colton along the
That's
boards
good because that's what Colorado's playing for. It's very convenient. You know, they have similar goals.
Last time Colorado won the cup in
It's good.
2001.
It's a good relationship.
But a very big part of this team contending for the 2022 Stanley Cup.
Like, what's the best Lightning moment of the game so far?
Past Chernak, who was tied up. New hook on the forecheck.
This has been all abs. You hear that a lot? Oh, it's all bleh. Like whatever team it is. It could be football, basketball, soccer.
Here's Corey Perry working in.
It's been all abs. Like that Corey Perry Dangle might have been their best moment of the game so far. What is going on? Is he getting in Darcy Kemper's face?
There's Perry in the middle of it. No surprise there.
Corey Perry special, baby. You can't react. You can't react.
Went back at Kemper, who's
Kemper's getting a penalty? Am I seeing this right? Perry and Kemper are both getting penalties?
Get something going, get some energy into his team, goes to the front of the net as he often
No
does.
word yet. I saw the ref do the double point. So I think that's what's happening here. Let's get another look. Let's see what happened behind the play. That's Perry accidentally on purpose falling into Kemper. Oh, Kemper held his stick. You know what? Perry might actually have a point. It's going to be 4-on-4. Thank you. Well, I usually say 4-on-4 benefits the team who's down because 4-on-4 encourages offense, but 4-on-4 also benefits the faster team. Who can deny that that's Colorado? Who has more skill? Who has more experience? Well, experience, there's no debate. Skill, I think there is debate. Speed? It's the Avs. It's 100% the Avs. Holy. Corey Perry. I mean, at very least, you can rely on him to do something, anything, to get you back in. And I think it's wild that no matter what happens in this game, a streak will end. Either Patrick Maroon's Stanley Cup streak ends. It's longer than Tampa's Stanley Cup streak. He's going for number 4. Or Corey Perry losing in the Stanley Cup final. That streak continues. He's lost back-to-back to Tampa. Then he joins Tampa. And if they lose, torturous. People forget he was a member of that Dallas Stars team. Dallas Stars team that gave Tampa heck.
Place your bets.
Gave him heck. Beat Vegas in 5. I was shocked. I was shocked by that.
3 first-period goals in back-to-back games in his career regular season.
Less shocked than I was that Montreal beat Vegas. I wasn't shocked that Montreal beat Vegas. I was shocked that Vegas looked like crap. Most playoff games without a replacement. Wow.
Such a high level all the way through, Brian Elliott, a capable backup, but you know that 88
How
is the guy. And
many goals up would Colorado have to be for it to make sense to pull Andrei Vasilevsky?
Scored 4 goals 6 times in 18 playoff games, so there's your focus now. Just shut the door.
4-on-4. Here we go.
Find something offensively.
Oh, lighting up the middle. What I tell you. 4-on-4. Offense increases, which benefits the team that's losing. Oh, Byram blows it. Oh, man! How's that nothing?
Recalibrate out at center ice.
You're cracking down on cross-checks or you're not. That was brutal. Who is that, Hagel? I saw an 8 number, I thought.
4-on-4 in this playoff.
That's a downed player, and you come in with your stick.
Sergachev
That's
kicks
brutal.
it back. Kucherov missed the pass and hounded there by McKinnon, who is out.
I didn't like that play at all.
To an open side, and now Victor Hedman up ahead.
And the Lightning again flubbed the pass.
Chases after it.
Nathan McKinnon, you might want to shadow that guy.
Now Devon Taves will take over.
4-on-4.
Get pointed in the right
Braden
direction.
Point out
Here we
there.
go.
It's fascinating, man. Braden Point at 100%. I don't know if anyone's more dangerous
Following up Makar in front.
with a lot of ice. Oh, McKinnon!
Not able to get a shot away, and turning back now, it's Palat. He
He
overskated
got a
it.
heck of a foot race. Palat stops up, though, perhaps wise. We'll get a line change here. Somehow there's only 20 seconds left in this 4-on-4. It's been an absolute derby.
Down to the final 15 seconds, 4-on-4, 2 minutes left in a
This is the best Tampa's looked all night.
A
lot! Tip on to Kemper. He stops it.
And now Landeskog's away. Up ahead for Lehkonen.
Lehkonen.
Sends it around, and Landeskog
deep.
there first, bumped by Sergachev.
Lehkonen and Perry, teammates in last year's Stanley Cup final. Whoa! Gogosian running Lehkonen over. Wham! From Eric Johnson goes into the corner. 4-on-4 is over. We're back to 5-on-5. Corey Perry on the ice. Nick Paul.
Solo mission though, and
Man, the Lightning way too often enter the zone without support. But they keep it here. Oh, deflection! Kemper down.
he might have been bumped in front by Perry again.
Surprise, surprise. Perry
How'd that happen?
in front of the net after coming out of the
Saw
box.
Corey Perry in front again. Did he have something to do with it?
Darren Helm shooting
Avs!
right on.
Helm!
The rebound
Stop.
collected there by Maroon. Helm with 10 hits in the opening game. Final minute.
The hits are getting a little harder. Final minute of this
Now
opening
Maroon
frame.
sliding it through for Killorn, but offside call.
What a tough play
We got a
for
whistle.
Eric Chernak as he comes off the bench and McKinnon's got
Let's take a
about
little
half the
bit
zone.
of a look at the shift that was Nathan McKinnon flying.
Takes it to the outside, but a little bit of
I don't know if
the
there's a more
Chernak.
intimidating player off the rush.
Shot to go
That's a
through.
terrifying
Just
human
the
being.
third shot on goal.
Him and Connor
Just
McDavid.
a tip that Kemper able to get his pad on. So
That was a good stop by Kemper off a deflection.
Trying to get in and trying to make a difference on Kemper. There's Perry coming out of the box. And
Yeah.
it was almost Perry forcing
I'm not
Eric
going to say
Johnson
Perry
back
knocked him
into his
over,
own
but Perry was
goaltender
certainly
and
involved
knocked him down.
with Kemper. Not a bad game plan.
Steered aside by Kemper, just the fourth of the period.
Oh, what a play! Avs, breakaway! Shoots!
Unable to cash that.
Stopped by Vasilevsky.
Teams, and that
On
was
again.
by Rantanen on it again.
That could have been the dagger right there.
In the final 30 seconds.
Oh.
Rantanen checked in the slot.
Avs, oh, get it
Now
through.
tries to tie it
Taken
up.
by McDonough.
And
Still
eventually
20
runs
seconds
the
to go.
defenseman. Nearly
Oh,
spills
almost a
away
breakaway
all
for
the
the
way
Lightning
to
now.
Kemper,
And Kemper
who holds on.
wisely holds on to it.
Makar
And we
with
get a little
shot
bit of the rough stuff
on
after the whistle.
Cirelli,
This
and
might be Tampa's first.
Kemper's in the middle of
Killorn
it.
just shoved Kemper. I mean, Tampa's
Tried to
game
sneak
plan
out of the traffic and ended up in the middle of it.
Yeah,
seems
how
fairly
about,
obvious.
Again, just the misplays, over-aggressiveness in the offense.
This might be Tampa's first ozone draw of the game.
There's no forward to cover.
They haven't had many. God, what a great
post.
post.
Burakovsky.
Burakovsky.
That moment, a 3-0 game in the dying seconds. Burakovsky, pardon me,
Yeah,
gets in
blocker
all
stop by
alone and has a
Vasilevsky.
chance to finish off what would have been an amazing period for him. But Vasilevsky stayed out pretty aggressively. You know, sometimes, Chris, you have so much to think about it, so much time there. Burakovsky had the break.
Tampa fighting back a bit, but Colorado looks real strong.
Pedal to the metal for 20
Landeskog
minutes
versus
for-
Stamkos, and Stamkos kicked
Now,
out.
Stamkos gets his stick
Yeah,
up with
Tampa's
Taves.
trying to gum up the works here.
Forgetting
Gave
away.
a shove to Braden Point. And
Are we
so
going to get two guys
Stamkos
sent
going
off?
around Taves to try to get the call.
We got Wes McCauley, I believe, is the lead official for this game. And Hebert, forget his first name. Jean? Is it Jean? Hebert.
Point's going to come in. Stamkos
It's the Stanley Cup
continues to
final.
debate
You're only
with
getting the most
JT Compher, a little
experienced
tap on the shin
NHL
pad
officials.
to save
Stamkos
John.
giving a little slash to Confer. No one cares.
And a face-off won by Landeskog.
Avs win it.
Final 10 seconds. Makar out.
At this point, just don't do anything stupid.
Will Makar inside the line. And one more
Clock
whistle before this
winds
period comes to a
down.
close.
Well, Stamkos, just the frustration on what's been
Oh.
a terrible period for his team. And you remember
Oh.
the Rangers series, the fight
Don't
was
do the
out from
face-off.
there
I was
that you
winding
wouldn't
up to go to
necessarily
intermission.
expect to happen, but
Just
there are
anything.
times when you just try to get something going for your team and get some
All
energy.
this face-off sets up is the potential for a fight.
Whistle had gone, so
Stamkos giving a pretty hard bump to Rantanen.
Always a little jawing. I mean, here you're 4 periods in to the Stanley Cup final.
Rantanen seems pretty unbothered. Stamkos is an underratedly sturdy human being, man. Like we talk about him, oh yeah, it's Gary Roberts training. He's such a hard slap shot and so skilled. Okay, well, the Gary Roberts training has side effects, such as he can probably beat you up. He just doesn't. His NHL fight card is weird. Like, I know he just fought with Alexei Lafreniere. But when he hits you, he's hitting you with the body of a rather dense man. The clock winds down. Colorado goes to intermission up 3-0 over the reigning, defending, back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. Absurd. Watch the Stanley Cup playoffs with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. This game is preposterous. We got some intermission entertainment for you. And we're going to get to that. And when we get back, we'll do a little bit of answering your questions from the chat. First, we got Dan and Randeep from Sportsnet 650 discussing Game 1. And that's also second and third. It's the only feature. It's over 10 minutes. In the second period, we have more than one. But we got Dan and Randeep from Sportsnet 650. Don't go away. Pay attention. They got some gems.
Hey, what's up? It's Dan Riccio, Randeep Janda, and Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final in the books, Randeep. We look ahead to Game 2, but first, what was your big takeaway from Game 1?
The takeaway was we're lucky to watch this, first of all. Are you not entertained after that first one? For real, though, the takeaway was the Colorado Avalanche and their speed was overwhelming for stretches there for the Tampa Bay Lightning. There was a bend but not break mentality, it felt like, for Tampa Bay at certain times. Guys that normally don't look overwhelmed, like issue. The tenacity of the forecheck is an issue. One thing we have to be very, very careful with these Tampa Bay Lightning is that they've been there and they've done this before. You look at that Toronto series, hey, there were worrying moments there, but they figured it out. New York, they started late in that one. They were down 2-0. They figured it out. They kind of remind me of a prime Floyd Mayweather in his boxing career, where it takes a couple of rounds to figure it out. But when they make those adjustments, you watch out. So Dan, take away speed from the Colorado Avalanche, no question, but no reason to freak out for the Tampa Bay Lightning. This thing is far from over. You know they're going to come back so much stronger in the next game.
Victor Hedman's Game 1 performance was about as good as the reaction to Drake's album drop last night, Randy. Not great. It was not good, but we expect Victor Hedman to be better. Of course we do. We expect Andrei Vasilevsky to be better. If you're still counting out the Lightning after one poor game, I mean, that's really on you at this point. They've shown it throughout the playoffs that they're a bit of a slow starter, and John Cooper and his coaching staff is about as good at making adjustments through the course of the series. But there are a couple of things here that are worrying for the Lightning that they'll need to correct going into Game 2. The speed is huge. I thought they didn't deal well with the forecheck. I didn't like the way that they were just giving up their blue line to the Colorado Avalanche constantly. The entries were way too easy for the Avs throughout the course of that game. And the biggest one is, how do you slow down the McKinnon line? It seemed obvious that you do it with Anthony Cirelli, good Woodbridge boy, by the way. And he struggled in game one, to be honest. And who wouldn't against Nathan McKinnon? But how do you find a way to slow down that line? Because that line just felt like it set the tone throughout the course of the game and really wore down the Colorado Avalanche. They did not do enough to slow down that line. Jared Bednar was like, yeah, I'll take that matchup as long as it's working, because why wouldn't you? So that shutdown line, I think, is probably the biggest storyline going forward in this series as to how much you can slow down Nathan McKinnon and his line mates.
Well, on the other side of things, though, because I think that's a valid point, Nathan McKinnon and Cirelli, we're going to watch that closely, and it is something to watch for in game two. But even other than that, Kucherov and his line versus Makar and Taves, it was all Colorado. If you think about it, I know Palat scores that goal 5-on-5, unbelievable feed from Nikita Kucherov, which is what we expect to see from him because he is that good. But outside of that, Dan, in 8 minutes of 5-on-5 play head-to-head, they only mustered 2 shots. One of them happened to be a goal, which is great, but that tells you how, much domination that defensive pairing has and how good they are. So for me, I felt like this was a moment of, it reminded us of 2 things. If you weren't watching the Colorado Avalanche throughout the playoffs or during the regular season, this was an eye-opener for a lot of casual fans that were saying, holy smokes, they play fast. The other thing is, if you wanted another test of how good the Taves and Makar pairing is, game one showed us that, yes, they played against McDavid. They showed that they could match his speed or at least stay up with his speed to a certain extent. And now against a different line altogether, game one, they showed how good they could be as well.
Yeah, Tampa Bay is really going to have to take advantage of Jack Johnson and Eric Johnson when they are out there on the ice, because even Bowen Byram looked really good in game one and obviously caused Tampa some trouble. Did have an assist on that first goal, that opening goal of the game for Colorado. Now, look, we know Tampa's a really good team. This is, it has almost an Olympic feel to it, Randeep, where we are getting a best on best, which doesn't normally happen in the Stanley Cup final, unfortunately, but we are getting that. And the Lightning, as much as they are back-to-back Stanley Cup champs, they are the less talented team in the overall, for me, at least. And I think John Cooper has almost admitted that as well. So how do you overcome that? And, one thing that was awful in game one for the Lightning was their power play. And that's usually not the case. I think, Victor Hedman's poor performance played into that. They really struggled getting entries on the power play. Those are things. Tampa's going to need Vasilevsky to be great, and he will be through the rest of this series, but they also need their power play to get going if they're going to keep up scoring with the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah, the Colorado Avalanche are tough to keep up with when you're talking about a run and gun style of play, because that's what they're going to force you to do. They're going to force you to play defense. And we saw that, whether that's a transition game, whether that's a heavy forecheck, whether that is, they've got players that match even more so. You talked about one Woodbridge boy. I'm going to throw another one in there. Cogliano is another, player that along with Val Nichushkin, along with players like that, if we see Nazem Kadri and Cogliano, consistently in the series, they're guys that can play with a heavy forecheck. But Val Nichushkin put on a clinic last game where pressuring the puck is something that they did extremely well. So can you match that? The only way I think Tampa Bay can really make this a back and forth series. Don't get me wrong. I think Tampa Bay wins this, but I feel as though if the run and gun style of game is played, it favors the Colorado Avalanche. You have to slow down the Colorado Avalanche a little bit more. And that starts in their own zone. You have to make sure you get the puck out cleanly. That moment, the hesitation, we saw about a half a second of hesitation from some of the defensemen in game one. You can't have that. You got to get the puck out clean. So when you talk about Victor Hedman playing much better, damn right, that's going to have to be something that is prominent in game two. The other thing is Sergachev and the other defensemen do have to match that as well. But I think when Hedman plays as much as he does in a game, he's the key. He has to be better. Now, beyond that, you mentioned this a little bit earlier, Nathan McKinnon versus Cirelli. Yeah. That's the matchup that you got right now. And we've seen Jared Bednar is not afraid of Nathan McKinnon playing against the best center. At some point, if this doesn't work in game two as well, if you can see the speed difference, if you can see the easy, the style that McKinnon plays, and it's too easy for him, do you switch that up a little bit? Do you go head to head? kind of what the Edmonton Oilers tried to do with the Colorado Avalanche. Do you try to put best line against best line when this thing comes back to Tampa? Or, because Denver or the Colorado Avalanche have the last change, they can kind of dictate that to a certain extent. Do you see them maybe move away from Cirelli if they struggle in game 2? That's what I'm looking out for.
I just don't know what the alternative is. Maybe if Braden Point, you feel a little bit better about him coming back into the series after the long layoff. Maybe use him down the middle against that line, but there's not just too many options. And again, it is Nathan MacKinnon, so it's more about slowing them down and just not letting them have so much of the puck and dominate when they are on the ice. Now, it's not all perfect for the Colorado Avalanche. Obviously, this game 1 just ends in overtime, and Tampa was able to come back despite the fact Colorado dominated the run of play for most of it. Darcy Kuemper has to be a bit of a concern for the Colorado Avalanche and their fans, because at some point they are going to need him to be better than he was and has been through the course of these playoffs.
You're only as strong as your weakest link. And right now, I hate to say it, he is the Achilles heel of this team. Coming back from injury, even when he was playing, he wasn't the strongest. And in game 1, it's not like you got a boost of confidence. You're not puffing out your chest if you're a Colorado Avalanche fan after that performance. They win. But one thing I think you can walk away if you're Tampa, and you can say, first of all, a few of our players, Hedman, Vasilevsky, did not play well. You still took the game to overtime, and the goalie that you're playing against is not in a good position right now where you can see he doesn't have the confidence. So to me, this was a situation where you're talking about a player that is lacking confidence. And I think as long as Darcy Kuemper is in a position where he is, playing like this, Tampa's got a great shot in this series because, he does not exactly give you a boost of confidence. So that, unfortunately, whether it's Francouz or Darcy Kuemper, that to me is the Achilles heel of this juggernaut Colorado Avalanche team.
Are you writing off the Tampa Bay Lightning after the game 1 loss? How do they get back and tie this one up before it heads back to South Florida? Let us know in the comments. We'll respond to as many as we can. Enjoy game 2.
Watch the Stanley Cup playoffs with Steve Dangle. That's me. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Second period will begin shortly. Colorado. Okay. Up 3-0 on the Tampa Bay Lightning. And if the final few minutes of the first period were any indicator, it's about to get a little nasty. Now, Andrei Vasilevsky has played 77 career playoff games without getting yanked. I could see Tampa going down 7-0 and still not pulling them. I just can't imagine how many people, honestly, watching right now, you don't have to answer in the chat, how many people honestly right now watching, if you get it right, you get $1 million. But you only have 3 seconds to guess. Who's Tampa's backup? Are you winning that $1 million? Oh, by the way, there's an ad down low there. This is big. Big. Enter the game code on the ice at sportsnet.ca/thisisbig to enter Sportsnet's This Is Big contest. There's a $1,000 instant prize up for grabs tonight, and one lucky fan could win $1 million. Oh, so there's another way to win $1 million. There you go. So why not try that? That's way more likely than someone being like, name Brian Elliott. Oh, I gave it away. I gave it away. It's Brian Elliott. To be clear, you don't get $1 million for that. You get $1 million for This Is Big. Once again, the game code is on the ice. Do it in all caps. Shout it. Shout it from the rooftops. Questions before we get back to the game. Thomas, is Tampa struggling because of the line matchups? See, here's the thing. I don't think you could line match Tampa previously. You couldn't. I mean, you could pick your poison with Tampa. All right, we're going to try to shut down, I don't know, Kucherov tonight. Palat, Stamkos, Kucherov. All right, we're going to neutralize them. Okay, well, then you have to contend with Cirelli and Point and friggin' Nick Paul has been effective at times, and Hagel has been effective at times, and the entire fourth line has been effective at times. And take your pick. The defense of Tampa, it's impossible to beat their goalie. Braden Point's injury, and the fact that Braden Point is obviously not 100%, and the fact that Braden Point is on the third line, or at least was to start the game. I imagine John Cooper is going to get the blender out in a big way in the second period. It's a big factor. It makes Tampa much easier to match. Now, Braden Point got injured in Game 7 against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Tampa still won that game. They then went on to sweep Florida, and they won their series against the New York Rangers. Braden Point came back for the final. Right? So even though it's a factor, man, I'm having a hard time criticizing Tampa. Like, can't it just be that Colorado's that good? They look that good. Chat got it right, according to producer Rob. Brian Elliott. Well done. You don't get $1 million, but well done. Be proud. You win 1 million. Be proud points. Owen, asking as a stressed fan, how does Tampa make this better? Keep up the after the whistle stuff. Keep that going. Find a way. Do whatever you did against the Leafs to defend the rush. I think we can agree the Leafs are probably the fastest team. You know, they did outscore Tampa. They scored 24 goals on them in their 7-game series. Tampa managed to score 23. They just dispersed it better. But case in point, they were able to keep up with the Leafs offense.
Stanley Cup playoff history that
if Tampa can activate their offense
in the first period of the first
while neutralizing
only the 81 New York Islanders and the 1936 Detroit Red Wings.
Sorry, hello.
I don't think
I unplugged the mic. If Tampa can, I don't think Ron McLean's ever done that on here.
No, interesting, Kyle, with that
Dave Amber. He actually, none of them. If Tampa can, totally lost my train of thought. They can activate their speed while somehow stifling Colorado's breakout before it happens. They might have a chance.
You know that this Tampa team has been through a lot.
But again, it still starts with Colorado, doesn't it?
But as John Cooper said today,
If Colorado does not simply sit back, I don't know how anyone stops them. I guess we're about to find out. Second period underway in Colorado. 3-0 Avalanche lead. Tampa's in the O-zone right now, so it's immediately a better start. And the Avs break it out, but Tampa gets possession right back. Immediately a better start. Cross Colton. Ooh, in for Brandon Hagel. Hagel's got to be more of a factor, too. I think another thing for Tampa, you're probably looking at them playing, why are they doing that? Why are they doing, oh, they're not playing for... Almost all of them are hurt. I know the Avalanche are battling a variety of ailments, and they don't have Nazem Kadri, and almost all the Lightning are playing hurt. Almost all of them. And not just playing hurt. Whoa, that was almost a huge hit. Not just playing hurt, but playing with the fact that they've been in the Cup final 3 straight years. Oh, Burakovsky almost getting around Jan Ruda there. I don't know if the Avs have possessed it in the offensive zone yet. Oh, never mind. Oh, Logan O'Connor fighting off Victor. Wow! Oh my goodness, the Avs almost scoring there. Logan O'Connor fighting off Victor Hedman on his own. What the beginnings of an amazing depth shift for the Avalanche. Holy cow. Josh Manson had difficulty handling that pass. Oh, man. Tampa, much better start to the second, in Colorado with an amazing scoring chance to start.
Going to be something for John Cooper coming off the 23 shots in game 1.
Ugh, that's a yucky stat.
The second Paul one that was in
Tampa's second closest shot in the first period was from 33 feet out. I mean, can you not call a hold on Hedman there? Or is it just a puck battle? I don't know. Regular season might be a hold. Non-3-0 Stanley Cup final game, it might be a hold. Yeah, Braden Point, like, he's skating better than you or I, but he doesn't have that Braden Point pop.
Here goes Nichushkin. Over the line, tried to slide it through.
Oh, Vasilevsky gloves it, and it'll be an O-zone draw
so, I mean, clear
for the
advantage in
Avs.
this game that the Avs speed is the problem. So, you know, the one thing that happens as a team, you just
wanted
start
to
believe
move
in
my
each
foot,
other.
but
You
now
can
I have
see
to be
how
very careful not to unplug the mic when I do it.
Down the hill. I mean, it's
That's a
really
first.
putting
I don't know if I've done that
on
in
the
these
bench,
playoffs.
and This is
We've
kind
streamed
of
a bunch of
important
games.
time now where this team has learned a few lessons.
How many have we
They
done?
had a 3-0 lead against
It's 7 in the
Louis
first round.
in game 5 that they blew.
5 for the
They
Battle
ended
of
up losing
Alberta.
the
That
game,
series
but
was
they
gone way
responded
too
after.
soon, so
Those
that's
little
12.
Experiences through the journey of getting to the final help you in these kind of moments. And here early on, they've kept the pedal going forward and kept the play
Avs swept the
in
Oilers.
offensive zone here.
That was a squandered 3-goal lead in the third period of game 5.
So this is game 18.
Against St.
Good
Louis
for us.
that conjured up
Look
some
at us.
ghosts of the past.
Wham!
Off the post.
Oh,
Brings it up.
Josh Manson
Josh
looking
Manson
for
with the
another.
goal. He's had a couple of
Not
chances.
quite.
A goal post. That was a 91.3 mile an hour blast from the point.
Oh,
Rantanen trying to knife it in. Chernak
God, that
got
was a bit of a
stick on that
casual
for
play there from
Tampa
Rantanen.
Bay.
Maybe a
Oh,
bit
McDonough's
fortunate to not
feet.
pay for it.
Back into the Colorado zone.
You know, even that play by Stamkos there, frustrated Stamkos going to the bench.
When you're playing the Lightning, I don't care if you have a 3-goal lead. You can be anything but casual.
Chasing the puck again.
Belmar stretching it, but it bounces past Maroon.
And that'll be ice. Tampa's fourth line stuck out there. Let's get another look at this Josh Manson bomb. Did it hit the crossbar? Reminder, I can't hear the feed. Oh, deflection, and it did. Wham! It looked like it hit that ref in the bum from that angle. It didn't. That's what it looked like.
Landeskog wins the draw. McKinnon up with the puck.
Avs win the ozone draw. Nathan McKinnon dancing. Where is it? Vasilevsky doesn't know. He whacks it out. Lightning trying to break it out. Oh, Belmar stands up. Maroon in there with Eric Johnson. Maroon knocked off his feet, and the Avs are able to break out. Goes deep. Bogosian will collect it.
Back into his own zone goes Bogosian. Stretch it out at center again for Cirelli.
Cirelli loses it in his feet at the blue line.
And Bogosian will fire it around.
And the Avs won't let these guys get anything done.
Oh!
Errant pass, though. Lightning can go to work. Braden Point with it. Oh, what a move! Avs pick it off.
Looking for O'Connor on the right wing. Good stick by
Oh,
Sergachev.
Logan O'Connor blows the tire. Here come the Lightning again. Kucherov smushed by Helm.
Played in, and Kemper lost his footing in the goal crease there. No harm done, and it's flipped back away. That's knocked in
that's
by
offside.
O'Connor offside. He is
get a
Colorado
whistle.
at the Lightning line.
Well, another play for Vasilevsky that he could feel it
Still
in
just
his
5
body.
shots
The
on
traffic
goal for the
in front,
Lightning.
He's looking up and over. This one gets deflected too. Not quite sure where it
That's
is.
Ryan McDonough, man. That's Ryan McDonough. He's trying his hardest to move Nathan McKinnon. Man, Darren Helm got walked by Braden Point. If Logan O'Connor's not there, it's a problem. If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd be talking about a three-peat right now, and instead,
So the adjustment made by John Cooper.
man, I've already read conversations about how Tampa holds off the sweep.
Now Stamkos with Palat
And
and Kallor.
this is the part where I would usually say, have you watched the Tampa Bay Lightning in the playoffs? Like, are you stupid? Are you crazy? Are you dumb? But they've never been dominated like this. This looks like something else. Like, again, the Avs. It's a miracle they're not up by more.
Owen Byram steers it in. JT Compher's on it. Worked over by
And it's not even like Vasilevsky's what's holding him in it. Oh, my goodness! Valerie shoots it again! Dangle or what? This guy can't stop scoring. All stops to the back of the net again.
That's the man I wanted to see.
His second of the
reaction
game.
would be. Another
4-0 Colorado, less than 5 minutes into the second.
Can't get the loose puck. Palat with a weak
Tampa
play
turns it
there.
over behind their own net, pass in front.
In the high slot.
And that's Andre Palat, man. That's Andre Palat. To Victor Hedman, the attention to detail's not there, man. It's not there. The skill, the speed, the precision, the relentless work ethic and attention to detail that has gotten Tampa to their third straight Stanley Cup final is not there. It's almost 5 right there. Holy cow.
And for the 9th time in 10 games, Colorado has put at least 4 on the board. Cogliano striding back, but
Cogliano.
it's an icing call against the
I don't know
Avalanche.
why I said it like that. Cogliano loses the foot race, so it'll be icing. This is just such an uncharacteristically bad play from the Lightning.
Here, it's just been too much speed, too many puck battles.
What do you blame that on?
There's Ruda with a bad stick there. He doesn't get control of the puck. What a pickup by Rantanen, though. He almost
What do you blame it on?
like he was gonna
It's
hit
not a good
Palat,
pass, man.
Forcing that pass over to Hedman, knocked it down, and
Nico
then just
Rantanen
like that, it's in the back of your net.
Picks it off.
Nichushkin had a pair of goals in Game 3 against Edmonton.
Finds Nichushkin in front, and
In Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. Around it goes to Kucherov, leaves it
all of a
for
sudden a
Sergachev.
dude who couldn't score
Points in
just a
his
few years ago and got
last
bought out has
Sergachev
turned into
sends
Art
that
Ross
towards the
himself.
net, knocked down in front. Penalty pending as Cirelli was taken down.
Oh, we got a penalty.
And we'll see the Lightning go to the power play.
Jack Johnson going to the box.
We all
Looks
have
like.
our idea of a party. Even fun tornado here.
I was about to say,
Party
like,
Casino.fun. Bring
Darcy
on the
Kemper's
party.
got to be bored. Never thought he'd be bored in a game against the Tampa Bay Lightning. This guy's praying for midnight. Oh, man, I need that new Wordle game. Anthony Cirelli drawing the call.
Here's what it kind of looks like from a shoestring level. Down he goes, both arms go up. So
I mean,
if ever you're looking for a momentum
what's the penalty?
switch,
Hooking?
this is almost a must-score power play here.
I guess.
For the Tampa
Yeah,
Bay
I
Lightning.
guess.
0 for
Sure.
3 in game 1, 0 for 9.
And
in their
Tampa
last
goes to
4
the power
games.
play.
Cirelli on the
They were
draw.
0 for 3 in game
Able to
1.
retrieve it. Victor Hedman
They
up top.
were moving the puck really well on the first one, and Colorado had them figured out pretty well
Back to Kucherov.
for the
Point to
second two.
slot.
That second power play, I remember. There were no shots on the second power play. Tampa couldn't get a thing going, and now we're 20 seconds deep into this one, and Tampa's collecting the puck out of their own corner. Oh, Tampa almost getting picked off. No speed. Colorado relentless. Relentless. They're offside. Like, awful, awful, awful. That's 42 seconds just flushed. Flush right down the toilet.
Starting June 18th, some medals today for
We haven't seen a team do this to Tampa since 2019. It was a different world.
You know, as a player, when your confidence is
Truly
high, your team's
a different
riding,
world.
It's so easy to make plays. You got energy, you've got emotion, and now you got to try to create some. And you got a penalty-killing group that's not really letting up.
Avs
Pressure in the neutral zone.
collect the
Another
puck
couple
off the
of errant
face-off,
passes, and this
get it
power play
deep.
hasn't been able to get on track.
Hansen sends them back now.
This thing's gonna be half over before you know it.
Too far. That's an icing call against this.
Icing on the power play. Who are these guys?
What's going on with an individual player, and there's always
This doesn't look like
injuries,
the Tampa
guys
Bay
playing
Lightning
hurt, but
at
Victor Hedman
all.
has had a really tough
Watch the
start
Stanley Cup playoffs
to
with
the
Steve Dangle.
2022
I'm Steve
Stanley
Dangle.
Cup
Click
final.
like,
As
click
Kevin
subscribe.
said in
Tell
the
all
pregame,
your
I thought he
friends.
struggled with turning the pucks over. Didn't look to have his normal speed and calm and composure. And there's another icing with an errant pass that forces it.
Darren Helm loses that clean to Steven Stamkos.
Edmund up ahead, and now Braden Point through center. Over 18 minutes.
We're over halfway through this thing. Tampa gets their first ozone possession, and they almost do something with it. Stamkos battling for it. Colorado not able to clear the zone. Good keep from Hedman. Lightning moving it around. This is a dangerous place to be for the Avs. Dangerous place to be. Hedman floats it on. Tip. Oh. Avs clear the rebound. We'll get it out. Under 30 seconds to go here on this power play. Victor Hedman takes it in himself. Flings it in. No one home, though. Lightning hold the line. Here comes Hedman. Shoots. Stopped by Kemper.
I mentioned in the pregame.
React.
Tampa
Skate
had
out
to
of the
find
net.
a way to get to Kemper, force him to be a difference and make
Can't
some
help but
saves.
feel
That's
like
just the
they might have
seventh shot. Here's
discussed
the 6-1, the deflection in front,
what
but an
happens if the Lightning get in his
opportunity
face.
for a rebound, but Kemper does a nice job of pushing that away
Oh, boy.
and gets support from his D. And this one for
There's that Hedman
just
shot
into the
right
shift.
into the breadbasket.
Been out there almost a minute and 50 seconds. I think he's
I
happy just to
I
get
haven't
the
seen a
face-off
team
and get a
neutralize
change.
the Tampa
Not
Bay
much
Lightning like
chance
this
of
for a
being
very
the
long
goaltender
time.
with a wrister there.
Approaching the halfway mark.
Not outside of a game one, I'll tell you that. 10 seconds to go here. The Lightning can still get a power play goal. Brandon Hagel. At the point now. Wham! Tipped on. Lightning get what they want, but Kemper stops it anyway. Still a draw in the Colorado end. Unfortunately for the Avalanche, there's still a second left in the penalty. So they're kind of caught in an awkward spot here. And they got a defenseman coming out of the box.
And just a second remaining.
So what do you do there? Do you just hope you win it? Jack Johnson scampers to the bench as fast as possible for the change. He's standing up already.
And our congratulations to the Avalanche defenseman who informed us today that he graduated from Michigan.
Yeah. Colorado wins.
All these years later.
Tampa 3 shots.
Years later, he said he promised Red Berenson, his coach, that he would.
They certainly redeemed themselves in the latter half of that power play, but still 4-0 Colorado lead. That does not feel weird. 4-0 Tampa deficit. That's the weird part.
We all have our idea of a party.
Watch the Stanley Cup playoffs with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends, you silly goose.
So 8 seconds shy of the 8-minute mark.
Tell them all.
The second period, and the Lightning stuck on 8 shots. And an
Might be looking for a clip
power play that
or a stream. Your friends. Oh yeah, I found this illegal stream. It's got a bunch of ads. It'll steal my grandma's identity. Kick my dog. You know, but I'm going to use it anyway. No, don't let your friends do that. You send them this link. Nichushkin with the steal. Oh, almost sets up McKinnon. Goodness gracious. Can you imagine 5-0?
Nichushkin just missed McKinnon with a pass in the offensive zone, then breaks up a Lightning attack. But now Stamkos is in with Hedman. And that one shoveled out of play off the screen.
Puck out of bounds.
And we will step aside. The shots 16-8.
Goodness gracious. Colorado up 4-0 on Nichushkin's second of the game. Watch the Stanley Cup playoffs with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends that we will be right back. Watch Stanley Cup playoffs with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Producer Nick was telling me over that little commercial break. Again, reminder, I can't hear the play-by-play. But apparently they were telling a story about Jack Johnson, and he graduated this week from Michigan, as one does during the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Resonate a little more, Chris.
Jeez.
Awesome stuff. A captain at 19 years of age.
I barely graduated not playing in the National Hockey League and living at home with my parents. That's what an impressive life. Whoa!
Flash of leather from Kemper on a face-off win chance for the Lightning.
Darcy Kemper.
Well, you know the wild card of Kemper missing
stops it. This game, I just looked up at the clock. I had absolutely no idea. First of all, that's a dialed save. Second of all, I didn't realize that regulation is not half over yet. So there's your only piece of good news if you're the Tampa Bay Lightning, I guess. Nico Sturm on the face-off with Belmar. They didn't like the face-off. You're on the fourth line, buddy. Don't complain too much. They'll get mad at you for that.
That's what John Cooper was alluding to about just 23 shots in game one. This team has been averaging just 28 shots against throughout this entire playoff run.
Scramble draw. Back into the Avs corner. Josh Manson can't come up with it, but it goes into the mesh.
Edward Belmar was talking about how much he and Landeskog did not get along on the ice. They were arch rivals.
2 goals in the 2022 playoffs ties career high. Feels disrespectful. Whoa! Avs break it out.
Good friends after being arch rivals as opponents.
Oh, Tampa laying that body with the fourth line.
Come off the boards with the puck, and Maroon sends it ahead for Perry.
Corey Perry dumps it in. Avs doing their best to stop him from getting any momentum. Belmar down in the corner.
Eric Chernak moves up. Here's Maroon with Belmar and Perry, a fourth line that John Cooper.
Is that a miscommunication there between Johnson and Manson?
Corey Perry
Lightning easily collected in the corner. Blast. Oh, if Maroon gets that, that would have been a heck of a goal. Lightning working it around now. This is a great shift here from the fourth line. And whoa, that puck hits Corey Perry. Belmont, almost picked off into the corner. Great fourth line shift for Tampa. This is something you can build on here. Manson knocked down to the ice. New hook, chips it out. Won't be ice. Avs will get a line change. I imagine the Lightning will do the same. Yes, they certainly will. And here comes Braden Point. Underrated flow. Lightning miss. And we just now hit the halfway mark of regulation. Mikko Rantanen dumps it into the corner for Arturi Lehkonen. This looks a little bit more like Tampa.
Around it goes for Braden Point. Point to Kucherov. 90 points for Nikita Kucherov.
Into the corner. Makar breaks it out with speed, lightning speed. Nichushkin will follow that thing into the corner. Oh, almost fixed the pass off. McDonough has to scamper back. It just feels like the Lightning can't gain any flow. The Avs in the neutral zone have been fantastic. Bouncing puck. Both teams having trouble getting a hold of it.
McDonough gets it back. 9 to go here in the second period. And a lead feed for Stamkos trying to cut in. And it's taken away on a good defensive play by O'Connor.
Oh,
Alex Killorn rolls
watch
it
that
back.
too many men call.
Zach Bogosian idling behind his net.
One of the things Tampa is praised for. Whoa.
Still looking for his first goal.
Wait, Killorn in there. Ross Colton rocked. One of the things Tampa is praised for is how patient they are. But patience allows you to get back into games where you're down a goal or two. They're down 4 right now. Can they really afford to be patient? Whoa! Kill Makar! Down. Is he back up? He looks uncomfortable. That looked like he got him right in the knee. Nick Paul in the corner. Devon Taves.
Burakovsky's already left the Colorado bench.
I'm sure we'll see a replay of that. Whoa!
At the end of this shift.
Lightning targeting Makar.
Patrick Maroon back out.
Why not? Dude might win the Conn Smythe.
The fourth line goes back to work, trying to put back-to-back good shifts together. Makar trying to spin off a hit, and that is bounced down the ice. It's going to be icing.
As we get an icing here, Makar does not look comfortable at all. Perry giving him the business.
Boy, you just don't like seeing that. And then one quick decision here to jump up on the play, and Colton just goes right after him, and it's left leg.
That was, I think, Ross Colton running into him. Does his knee hyperextend? A little bit.
No arm went up.
Ooh, yeah, that can't be comfortable. Oh boy.
There, but kind of got the legs moving and going, and now
he's staying out there though. Ross Colton, the man who scored the Stanley Cup winning goal last year, doing a number on possibly the Avs' most valuable player. Possibly the Norris winner. Or did they announce the Norris winner? This year, the awards have been weird, right? The way they're doing it, not a big fan. Makar flips it out. In come the Avs. Hedman dumps Rantanen. Wham from Byron. Lightning collect it though. And this is why you can't write off the Lightning. It's 4-0. Yep. Oh, never mind. Here come the Avs. Oh, they almost made it 5-0. What I was going to say is it's 4-0. Do I think Tampa's going to come back in this game? Doesn't look good. But You got to play 2 Stanley Cup final games in Tampa after this. And they can target all your targets that much better at home. It's a scary prospect, man. There's a reason no team has beaten Tampa 4 times out of 7 in 3 years.
More zone time in Avalanche.
This fourth line of Tampa's is getting an awful lot of ice time. Nathan MacKinnon pursuing the puck, and Chernak whiffs it.
Chernak to the inboards. Pass at center.
Oh.
Perry could not control.
I think the Avs might have had too many men for a moment there.
Here's Nathan MacKinnon.
MacKinnon brings it in on his own. In!
Oh,
Oh my goodness! What a stop by Vasilevsky!
Come to expect.
Well, never going to quit on a play as Vasilevsky. This is just all created.
Wow!
Speed in the middle by MacKinnon.
What a play from MacKinnon. Nichushkin going for the hat trick, and that is a spectacular save from Andrei Vasilevsky. Are you joking? Are you kidding right now? Watch the Stanley Cup playoffs with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Let's get to some of the questions from the chat. Slurpee. Okay. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. I'm a little, I've had a day. I'm calling an exciting Stanley Cup final game. And that was preceded by hosting a 2-year-old's birthday party. Have you ever hosted a birthday party for a 2-year-old? They're surrounded by a lot of kids who are above and below 2 years old. It's so much. My wife got a balloon arch. You ever ordered a balloon arch on the windiest day of the entire year? Sucks. Anyway, I had cupcakes though. That was good. So that was good. That was good. So how am I? I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I didn't need to go high pitch. I'm good. If someone says I'm good, you don't believe them. I'm good. See, that even sounded a little too aggressive. I'm good. I'm good. No, see, I went up again. I'm good. It's a big difference, right? There's like 12 different ways to say I'm good. John, who will the Habs draft first overall? Shane Wright. I wish everyone would stop. And actually, I'm glad you asked this question, even though it's related to the Habs during a Lightning versus Avalanche game. Because, so Shane Wright supposedly didn't do as great as some people expected. I remember there being a debate in 2013, Nathan MacKinnon's draft year. Because he didn't do as well as some people had hoped. And my argument, because I think some people wanted Seth Jones to go first of all. And my argument was Nathan MacKinnon has been a phenom since he was 16. He's been Nathan MacKinnon for longer. Same goes for Shane Wright. And look at the phenom right now. Taking the puck for a walk there. Got smushed by Bogosian at the end. Just a couple top 3 picks going at it.
Hat-trick in a Stanley Cup final since
Goes from third overall.
In Game 2 of the '96 series against Florida.
Shane Wright has been touted as the first overall pick for this draft for 3 years.
Ross Colton down in Colorado ice.
And I feel like that longevity counts for something. It did for Nathan MacKinnon, and all he's done with his NHL career is proven why the Avs were right. Imagine they don't pick MacKinnon. How different that team looks. 4.5 to go here in the second period. Still 4-0 Colorado. Tampa slowly evening up the shots. At very least, Colorado has slowed down. Conversely, they also just got robbed and could be up 5-0 right now, were it not for an amazing glove save from Andrei Vasilevsky. Another factor for Game 3 and 4, besides Tampa having home ice, not having to deal with the altitude, I think will be a welcome change for them. Manson puts it on, rebound in front, Darren Helm. couldn't find the puck. Nick Paul, one of the few Lightning players who I think has looked pretty good in this one. Dumps it into the corner. It's been feisty. Every shift, a turnover. Ross Colton to no one, unfortunately for them. Darren Helm breaks in. Eels shoot and score! The 35-year-old who made his NHL debut winning a Stanley Cup in 2008 with the Detroit Red Wings makes it 5-0 for Colorado here in 2022. His 13th career playoff goal. Brings the Avs that much closer to going up 2-0. Vasilevsky can't believe it after the glove save he just made on Nichushkin. Wondering, how didn't I stop that? He doesn't have the answer. I don't have the answer. But it's starting to look like the Avs might have the answer for the Lightning. Here they come again. Goodness gracious, puck goes out. Tampa just looks exhausted. They were really starting to gain momentum. The rough stuff, the after the whistle stuff, the big hits. And it's all sort of dried up. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Watch the Stanley Cup playoffs with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Darren Helm, bro. Again, I didn't think this would be relevant, but here I am looking up Darren Helm on HockeyDB for the second time this game in 2022. He had 2 goals and 2 assists for 4 points in 18 games in 2008. That's how his NHL career began. He had 4 goals the next year in their run to the final again. A goal in 12 games a year after that. 3 goals in 11 games a year after that. He has not scored. Oh, wait, no. He had 1 goal in 5 games for the Red Wings in the 2016 playoff run they had. Forget he hasn't scored a playoff goal since then. He had not played in a playoff game. So his last playoff goal was in 2016. Then his next one wins the series against St. Louis. Holy cow, man. Holy cow. And then he scores this one that, I mean, Tampa's capable of a lot of things. I don't think they're erasing a 5-goal deficit. Unbelievable. Jackaroo asks, does Vasi get pulled? So I don't think it makes sense to pull Vasilevsky if your mission is to get him to gain confidence, to, get him to get more familiar with the Avalanche shooters, figure them out, notice tendencies, etc., etc. But that 5th one, just the body language on it, it just doesn't look helpful for anyone. And he might go down 6-0 here as Logan O'Connor on the breakaway is stopped. Josh Manson puts it on. Oh my God, the Avs all over the Lightning. 5 goals on 19 shots, mind you. 1 in every 4 is going in. Quick maths. Manson again. Blocked in front, I think by his own guy. The Avs dump it in. Goodness.
Champs have been rocked here tonight.
Fans at the other end of the ice are about to put up the Lightning on milk cartons. Oh, who are these guys?
A wrestling match in the gold trees at the other end is who's there?
We got some rough stuff. Goodness gracious. Who are those bodies? Ah!
Kipper got out of there.
Sorry, that was very funny. Producer Nick just goes, one is Perry. I'm not sure who the other is. That was my guess.
In the Colorado net.
Well, how about at the other end? We saw the big save.
Someone please screenshot Corey Perry's face just between the ref's legs there. I think it was Comfer who he was going at it with. There's that blocker save. from Vasilevsky, man. The Avs love going blocker on that guy, don't they? Perry. Pretty stiff shot on Comfort. Ooh, Comfort giving Perry the Hulk Hogan leg drop. And then he gets him in full guard. I didn't expect Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to be a factor in the Stanley Cup final. Is this going to be a power play for Colorado?
Chris, you go back to Tampa.
Is Comfort getting nothing?
First series against the Toronto Maple Leafs. They gave up 5 goals
Feels like he was
2 out of the first 3 games and lost 2 of them. 5-0
partially
loss
responsible. How isn't John Cooper losing his mind right now?
They found a way to get their mojo back and get themselves.
Is this a Colorado power play?
This seems
For real?
like a completely different animal here.
What are they saying on the broadcast?
The Avalanche have been too fast. The Avalanche have created problems with coverage.
They're not really talking about it?
Question
Okay.
is, what kind of adjustments can you make?
They're still figuring it out. In the meantime, 5 goals on 19 shots for the Colorado Avalanche. If it becomes 6-0, maybe Brian Elliott gets in there, but like, is Vasilevsky hurt? Maroon is in the box, I assume, to serve something for Perry. What do we got?
Avalanche 1 for 2 tonight.
They haven't. So the broadcast hasn't explained it apparently, but it looks like a Colorado power play. Good for them.
Copper goes, and Maroon will serve the extra. Avalanche
They're both gone. And Maroon is serving the extra too. Okay. I thought it was odd that Comfort got nothing. So Corey Perry, I guess, got a double minor, and Comfort got the 1. So Colorado gets a power play. You probably heard all of that, but I didn't. And now I know. Cale Makar took an awkward hit to the knee.
And again, here's another.
He's still in this game.
Where if you're Jared Bednar, it's the team effort.
That's where sports science is going to be a factor, man. Who knows? He might be fine. He might just be fine. What I worry about is the days that follow a hit like that. The plane ride that follows. Avs put it on. Vasilevsky stops it. When was the last time the Lightning were down 5 goals? Is it the first game of the playoffs? It might be. They lost 5-0 to Toronto. In game 1. They ended up beating them. I don't know if you knew that. Wham!
Retrieved by Landeskog. Around for Rantanen.
You can't clear. Great puck movement by Colorado. Holy cow! Makar puts it on. How do you even know where it is?
Deflecting out of play.
How do you even know where to begin to look?
A 35-year-old woman attempts to stay
Power play's not even 30 seconds in for Colorado.
Series The Dry now streaming on CBC.
He's feeling it.
Well, there's one that Makar was able to get through. Much was made of the 7 blocks he had of his shots in the first game. Didn't have a shot on goal for the first time in
apparently Andre Burakovsky hasn't been in the game for the last 10 minutes. Looks like he's injured for Colorado. He's been playing so well too. What's happened with Belmar here? He's going to change his stick. Broke his stick.
Regular season, and Belmar goes to the Lightning bench for new Q. And up against his old foe Landeskog.
A lot of camera work on Makar.
Belmar speaks perfect Swedish.
Attrition's a big thing, man. It's a big thing. Remember, Tampa's got a $9.5 million player in Braden Point on the 3rd line because he's just not as effective as he usually is. He's hurt. He's hurt, man.
Under 2 minutes left here in the second.
He went down in agony in Game 7 against the Leafs, tried to come back, was just not able to skate. Sat on the bench the whole time, but he wasn't able to go. Colorado gains the zone. Cale Makar! Can't score there. Landeskog throws it around. Rantanen gets it. But the Lightning catch it and clear it.
Send it down on Kemper, who has to hold on with Alex Killorn. bearing down.
Killorn
Another one, McCarr
gets
walking
Kemper
through.
to hold
Miller's
on
got
to the puck for
McKinnon to
the
side, and you can see the block came down.
for the draw.
Oh, just missed to the outside. McKinnon, it looked like Chris on that play had sort of eyes that he was expecting.
Killorn,
a
though,
pass.
watch
McCarr
him.
tried to power that one
Watch
through.
him. You're all thinking about
Just missed by
Perry.
an inch or so.
87 mile an hour from McCarr that
Maybe
time.
you're thinking Maroon.
71 seconds left.
Killorn wants to run Kemper over.
54 seconds remaining in the Avalanche
Oh.
power play. And here
We got a break here for the Avs. Nichushkin. Oh, he wants that Hattie bad.
Once again, couple of chances
Vasilevsky won't give it to him.
Back
Not
to the line
easy.
in the final minute. Taves across for Byram. Bowen Byram down low.
He wants that
Nichushkin
Hattie in the
behind the net.
worst way.
Spots new
He's
hook.
almost had it once already.
New hook again. Nichushkin lost it that time.
Ah,
Sorelli
he's the one who
will
loses it.
fire away.
Under 30 seconds to go in this Avalanche power play and under a minute to go in this second period. Here come the Avs. One last rush on this power play.
There's
Devon Taves
Helm out there.
looking for friends.
The end of the power
Bowen
play
Byram
comes to New
finds a
Hook
friend.
again. Here's
New hook.
his shot.
Shoots it on.
Middle.
We wanted that
Come
corner.
around to the left point, kept in by
Maroon.
Byram, who sends it wide. Maroon is back
Out of the box.
3 shots on that latest Colorado power play. But they
Lorne,
do
don't
not
let him drive the
enhance
net.
lead,
Don't
but
let
they
him drive
do
the net. He's looking for an
score
excuse.
2 in
The
period
clock
2.
winds down.
And they've got a
Maroon
5-0
with
lead
a
after
bit
40
of a late
minutes.
hit, but not that late. Darren Helm trying to say, I'm not going to fall for any of that. I don't care.
Nichushkin's had 2 glorious
5
chances to get his
nothing
Stanley Cup
Colorado
Finals hat-trick.
after
His
2.
play in the neutral zone, speed to the outside.
Nichushkin.
Once again,
Here he is
in all
again.
alone that
Wham!
time. The slapper right into the chest as
Stopped by
Vasilevsky came
Andre
up. What a game
Vasilevsky.
for Valeri Nichushkin.
Wants it bad, man. He wants it bad. The choo-choo train wants his hat trick. 5-0 Avalanche over the Lightning. We still have another 20 minutes to go. I have seen a team blow a 5-0 lead in the third period. I have seen a team wearing blue and white blow a 5-0 lead in the third period. It was a regular season game. It was a long time ago, and you're not going to believe this, but it wasn't Tampa. Watch the Stanley Cup playoffs with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. We got some intermission entertainment that I want you to check out. We got Colby Armstrong with Tampa Bay Lightning captain Steven Stamkos. This might be the best that you feel about the Lightning all night, given that they're down 5 goals. And followed by that, we're going to show you some Steven Stamkos goals. Maybe we'll see those in the third period. So, enjoy.
How you feeling, buddy?
Good.
Just a
Better than
warrior.
Better than ever.
Great year.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, game 1, starting up. Here we go again, right, Snammer?
Yeah.
Here again, ho hum, hey?
It's crazy.
95 degrees out or so here. The Stanley Cup's on the line. How do you handle this?
You know what? We fall back on the experience that we've had the past couple of years. I think that's what we've done all year. Obviously, we brought in some amazing players, so there's motivation in that. We want them to feel what we have the past couple of years, but we've certainly been in this position before. We know what to expect. There's a lot that comes with being in the finals, and it's great for our game. But come, tonight, it's game on, and we got to be ready for the toughest test yet. And it's not going to be easy, but we'll be as ready as we can be.
What time? The captain scores! It's Stammer time!
So I'm looking back and I'm looking at your career. I played world championships with you. You're just a little baby then. Time flies.
It does.
So we're here for your third. Along the steps of the way, obviously high pick, expectations, and it hasn't been always easy. Like you've had injuries, you've missed out on some big things. So the third time here, like looking at this, where you've come from.
Yeah,
some of the things.
Fourth time, actually.
Fourth time. So some of the things that you've overcome also along the way has been difficult to be here.
Yeah, you know what? It's been tough. Like you said, not everyone understands what goes on behind the scenes. You've played and had some injuries. It's tough. You know, the physical side is one thing, the mental side. So you look back and that motivates you, right? You know, there's people that don't think you're ever going to get back to the player that you once were or even close to that. And it just puts things into perspective sometimes. Like, let's just go out and work as hard as I can. Whatever happens, happens. I look back and it motivates me. And the people that have helped me get to where I am, that have been there, you know, every step of the way, you appreciate those people even more. And you appreciate runs like we're on right now even more, because it really is so rare. I mean, there's guys that have played 20 years that have never got a chance to play in the finals. I mean, it's just, what we're doing is, it's not normal, but it's something that has been a combination of extremely hard work, a little bit of luck, I'm sure, along the way, but just perseverance. And that's something that I'm certainly proud of in myself.
Stammer, take this draw.
You know, we had talked to Coop. He's like, you know, I watch this, it's like watching your kid grow up, you know. What's that evolution for you like? Has it been hard with Coop sometimes through it, where,
yeah, I mean,
you know, you expect different things?
For sure. I mean, Coop and I have been together for so long now. I mean, it's not just, you know, best buddies, roses every day. I mean, it's the relationship you have between a head coach and a player, especially the captain. It's a partnership based on respect. And you know, for me, it's really, I've tried to do whatever it takes to help our team win. And of course, I want to be the guy that scores the goals and makes the plays. And I believe I still am. But you realize as you mature as a player that you can impact games by not doing that as well. Everyone wants to go and score the goals. Everyone wants to be a coach. You know, not everyone is, and you can still have an impact of a game by playing a sound defensive game, or having a big block shot, or taking a hit to make a play.
We've seen you blocking, buddy.
Or
you're
face,
off the ice and
or
back.
A face-off. I mean, it's just whatever it takes to win, and you're naive to that as a young guy coming into the league. I mean, you want to score the goals and be on the highlights. It's just, you don't know how hard it is to win because you've never experienced it before. And listen, I'm feeling the best I have in a long time now, and it's been fun.
So watching your game, watching the evolution of you as a player, you as a leader, I wrote down some Yzerman, Messier, Sakic, in my opinion. With that leadership in your play, in the talk amongst these guys, plus the winning pedigree. Would that be fair to say?
I don't know if that's fair. I mean,
we grew up watching those guys.
Those guys were, I mean, you know, you talk about Yzerman and Sakic, especially, those guys were my idols growing up, and I don't see that. I mean, that's for everyone else to discuss. I'm in the moment right now, so
that's
it's so
my
hard.
opinion.
Yeah, that's your opinion. I respect your opinion.
So I want to go to blocking shots. Like, it takes a lot of courage. And do you know what that does to the rest of your team? Because I talk to guys, like, that's contagious as hell for them.
Yeah, I think come playoff time, everyone's mentality switches to let's do whatever it takes to win. Because listen, every time you go to block a shot, there's a chance that it's not going to feel good or something's going to happen. But which team is willing to do that more than the other team? The bench, you can see it. It's almost like, you know, making a great play, the bench reaction sometimes. And guys are coming back, limping, doing whatever it takes. It's a contagious feeling. You know, you just can't preach it with words. You know, as a leader, you have to go and do it on the ice if you want those words to have any meaning, right?
Dynasty. I mean, that word swirling around this team. I think it's driving you guys. I think you guys embraced it and you're like, yeah, let's be that team.
Yeah, I mean, by no means has our group shied away from embracing that challenge. You know, we don't talk about that word dynasty in the dressing room. That's for everyone else to talk about. But we talk about, listen, holy, 3 years in a row. This could arguably have been the toughest, path to get to the Stanley Cup final, and here we are. We have something really special here. Now there's a group over there that is probably at the beginning of something like this, and it's kind of like two titans colliding right now, but let's give it our all and let's try to do something.
Led ahead and can be carried right back on by Tavares. And Tavares had it defended away, but Stamkos in front. Oh! A poke checked attempt from Lundqvist, but Stamkos stashed it by.
Watch the play by Steven Stamkos. He'll put this puck and his stick between his own legs and somehow finds a way to beat Henrik Lundqvist. Stick handles in front, and he puts this puck back through, and his stick puts it into the net. Yeah, he even trips himself, but you know what? Doesn't matter. Puck ends up into the back of the net.
Face-off comes right to the stick of Killorn.
Got it down the ice, hoping Stamkos could catch up, and no problem. He does. Stamkos winging around, getting set, right in. Oh, what a chance that was by Stamkos. He had everybody falling, and he scores a goal to give Tampa Bay the lead for the first time in this hockey game. What a solo effort by Steven.
We just said that Tampa were not really alive with Stamkos not going. And Ottawa were doing a good job, but then all of a sudden, this is all he needs is one shift. Look at the strength of his edges as he just walks right into the slot and then holds on to that puck as only Stamkos can as he outfights Turris going to the net.
Well, Chief, quickly, what do you think you ought to do?
Well, Price is a big goalie, and they cut everything out low, and I think you gotta look top shelf. I think you just gotta think high all the time.
Here he comes.
He scores! The spin move!
He puts on the backhand. It's 3-1 Lightning.
Boy, I'll tell you what, come this side, there it is.
What a way to hit the 30-goal mark. 13 minutes to go in this third period. Lightning have a 23-16 shot advantage. Stamkos into that zone. Another great move. Shooting, scores! A spectacular goal by Steven Stamkos. It's 4-0.
Oh, baby. That one was a something to behold. Again, watch that little speed he heads in. He comes by that toe drag, but look at this shot right over top of the shoulder of Brian Elliott, right off the crossbar. Look at this. That toe drag, Way comes in here, and then just rips that shot on the short side.
He's a veteran presence. Can add a lot. And here's Stamkos beaten point blank, and the rebound batted in.
Wow. What a play by Stamkos to tap that puck. Incredible eye-hand coordination, and Randy Carlyle has called a timeout. I mean, this is just an amazing, amazing goal by Stamkos.
Now you can see Boynton waved at it, but he was trying to knock it the other way, and Stamkos nearly below the goal line from the seat of his pants with his 14th of the season set up by LeCavalier.
Well, it's worth taking one more look at it. LeCavalier just shovels it out to the front of the net. Hiller makes the initial save, and look at this. This is just remarkable. What a great look on Exmo. No chance for the goaltender Hiller. Just a remarkable play by the young man Stamkos.
Watch this. Watch the Stanley Cup playoffs with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Oh, do yourself a favor and go to my Twitter account right now. Steve_Dangle. I retweeted all the memes I've been getting because I didn't realize this. but I asked people to screen grab Corey Perry taking a peek from between the ref's legs while in that scrum. And it's just priceless. It's just priceless. Producer Rob, mom made chicken nuggets, and it's just his face. Alyssa Turner also works at Sportsnet, and he looks at me, and I look at him. The best thing about tonight, easily the best thing about tonight, unless you're a fan of the Colorado Avalanche. Goodness gracious me, oh my. It's 5-0 Colorado right now. And producer Rob has been handing me some of your questions from the chat. Shura Khan, did you know that the Avs are undefeated on the road this postseason? I didn't. But it's easier. It's easier to figure out, because here's what it is. Did the Blues beat the Avs in St. Louis? Because as of right now, as of this very moment, the St. Louis Blues are the only team that's beaten Colorado. They swept the Preds. They lost 2 to St. Louis, nearly 3. Then Darren Helm said, that's cute. Swept the Oilers. Tampa didn't win game 1. And it sure doesn't look like they're going to win game 2. Which, it's just wild. The mental space is wild. To head into a game that still has a full period of hockey left and be like, yeah, Tampa's done. Yeah, it's over. It also might not be over, because all the watch the Stanley Cup playoffs with Steve Dangle, watch the Leafs game with Steve Dangle. We've had some ridiculous games. Granted, most of them had to do with the Leafs, so blown leads were a given, but we've had many. The Leafs have blown 2 4-1 leads this year. They blew a 4-1 lead to Chicago and won. They blew a 4-1 lead to Colorado and lost in overtime. And we were also streaming that fateful game where the Leafs were up 7-2 on the Detroit Red Wings, I believe heading into the third. The Leafs won the game 10-7. So that is why you don't turn off a game early. Very, 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 very silly. Folks, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know how Tampa gets back in this one. You were asking, and I would love to give you some galaxy brain, thoughtful answer that makes me sound like a real smart guy and I know what I'm talking about. Like, dude, how would you erase a 5-goal deficit? That Tampa does not have the luxury that they usually do. They don't. Tampa is usually able to play with patience, stick to the game plan through diligence, work, and more often than not, things break their way. It's a 5-goal deficit. This isn't 1 or 2. This isn't a scratch on the hood. This isn't a crack in the windshield. This is a write-off, man. This isn't a, oh, you know, drive it home. See how it goes. You're not going to buff this out. This is a phone call. And we're coming back soon. Also from the chat, Butter says Cale Makar. Fair point. Our next question. I'm kidding. Actually, I'm not kidding. It's literally, it just says Cale Makar. Who supposedly missed 2 shifts after taking that hit to the knee, but appears to be back. And no worse for wear. Andre Burakovsky blocked. We believe it was a Victor Hedman shot to the hand. He has not returned to the game. And Brad asks, what's the perfect sandwich?
Kale seems to be doing just that. Thank you for the time.
A hot dog.
Thank you. Your hair looks as perfect as the Avalanche are playing, Kyle.
Checks in the mail, Chris. Well, apparently he's a chip off the block.
No.
Kid and, class father, happy Father's Day.
The real answer is anything with fried chicken.
Watching across the country.
A fried chicken sandwich of any kind. Get in my face and body.
What a night it's been.
Please.
For anybody cheering for the Avalanche.
Third period underway.
That deflects wide.
I don't begin most third periods talking about sandwiches, but I don't begin most third periods with one team beating the other 5-0. If I was Darcy Kemper, I probably would never leave the net to play the puck. Not because if you're a goaltender, tend the goal. That is very true. But also, the Lightning would love any reason to run the ever-loving crap out of you.
Maybe a little bit of a rest and make sure you get focused on the next game.
Last time Polk.
Yeah, don't go get that. You leave that. You leave that right where you found it. Avs break it out. Why risk it? The main argument for goalies playing the puck is, oh, I'm helping my team break out and generate offense, and you're up 5-0, bro. Leave it. Lightning onside, and that'll easily be a penalty. Stamkos taken down. Oh, that looked like it hurt. Stamkos will get up. Mikko Rantanen taking him down. That was instinct more than anything. Well, the Lightning can start with one.
Yes, you can.
Oh, what a bad collision there for Stamkos. Rantanen.
You just don't want to get blanked.
To get the puck, misses, gets the skate. But look at the collision
ooh, yeah, Stamkos goes into the corner, or into the board hard with his hip.
Fresh ice, so he went in hard, even though he wasn't skating at top speed. That looked uncomfortable, but he stays out.
Nothing about hockey tickles.
Power play opportunity.
And Stamkos is out there on the power play, though.
The night Hedman's gone to the bench to get a new stick.
Well, it says a lot.
Barely over a minute into the third here.
Power play for the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Sorelli, Point, Stamkos, Kucherov, and Hedman out there. Avs 24-12 in shots that doubled the Lightning. Absolutely absurd. The Lightning trying their best to beat Darcy Kemper here. Start by getting a shot on goal.
Kept in by Hedman, and now Kucherov will.
They're averaging 6 a period. They're not going to win anything like that.
Back to Kucherov.
Kucherov with it.
Down low.
Down low for Palat. Wham! Stamkos wanted that. Got to think it's going to be shoot first mentality here. Oh! Cleared off the line! Oh, Cale Makar. Barely getting to that puck in time. And then he rushes it out. It's a 2-on-1. With Cogliano. Shoots and scores! Are you kidding me? What a boss! His dad does an interview. Has time to, like, high-five all his friends. Watches his son score on a 2-on-1 for a 6-0 lead. Watch this. Watch Makar clear it. There's that Tampa chance. Ah! He has the poise to. Well, okay, he fanned on it at first, but we'll forget about that. He breaks it out. Does not think about passing it for even a second. Let's not pretend.
Forget about the pass with the
Snipes it.
And another one that is one-on-one against Vasilevsky, where he's been beating.
That's a terrifying human being. Colorado up 6-0.
6 in the playoffs for Makar.
I can't believe what I'm watching. I can't. When was the last time Tampa was down 6 goals? Was it the Stanley Cup final? Probably not. This is mind blowing. Oh, That's maybe the closest Tampa's come to scoring all game. Well, except for the last shift, but they ended up getting scored on a few seconds later. Cale Makar is a monster. Scary under-your-bed monster. Corey Perry. He tries. It didn't go. Question. This is before Colorado scored a short-handed goal. How will Tampa bounce back?
2 shots for Tampa Bay and a short-handed goal for Cale Makar.
In Game 3, this one's over. If you're Tampa, I think you got one mission for the rest of this game, and it's to lay 400 hits. There's one.
Ryan McDonough hit. Belmar unable to take that pass.
Play the rest of the game shorthanded. Like, what does it matter? Just lay 400 hits.
Dangle goes after it, chopped away by Jack
You say to Maroon, Perry, and Belmar, if you come off the ice and one of you doesn't have a penalty, you're benched next game. Byram, wham! Oh! Bogosian blocks a shot and he's down. Oh, he's down. He gets up under his own power because that dude's got ancient caveman strength. Oh, where does that even hit him? Oh. He's just right back up and on the bench. Watching Bogosian with the Leafs last year, I gained a great amount of respect for him. Obviously, he won the Stanley Cup with Tampa. I know that. He won it in 2020. But didn't get to watch him every single game. And people were talking about him like he was cooked. It's just not the case. He was maybe misused. Tampa figured out how to use him. Scored a dazzling, or not scored, he had an assist on a dazzling goal. You might remember from the bubble. Hoisted the cup above his head. Said, I'm going to help the Leafs win the Stanley Cup. Said, okay, no, wrong blue and white team. And then he went back to Tampa.
Celebrating the 6th goal as much. Well executed and just a perfect shot to make it 6-0.
What do you say? Like, what do you say?
Paul Coffey during the Battle of Alberta, and he was raving about Cale Makar. And I thought what was most interesting, he thinks Cale Makar's got a much
You know what's wild?
ceiling.
How well the Avs are moving the puck. How fast they are.
One of the all-time greats.
Yeah, not even close to being in the
They're down not just Nazem Kadri. They're down Sam Girard. A lot of people forget that. Now, it's easier to survive a Sam Girard injury when you have Cale Makar. It's probably easier to survive a Nazem Kadri injury when you have Nathan McKinnon. But that is no small thing. Lightning turn it over again. They've been sloppy all night, man. They've been sloppy all night. They haven't been able to generate a thing.
Stanley Cup final that Colorado is the best team that Lightning team has
Eric Johnson just planting his man.
Colorado has certainly underscored that in these opening 2 games.
I think they're finding that out right now.
Like, the Lightning don't even look like they have it in them to throw 400 hits. Like, they got no fight. I wonder if they're just, I don't know, you play it out until the final few minutes and then you take out all your frustration then. This isn't me hoping, like, oh, the Lightning go out and they try to hurt someone. I'm certainly not saying that. I am saying that every hockey game that's gotten out of hand ever since I was born, someone, there was almost a big open ice hit, someone along the way on the broadcast says, well, now they're going to try to get their pound of flesh. Well, they're going to try to let them know for next game. Tampa's not even doing that, really. And Colorado's certainly not backing down from it.
A flyby from
Look at this. No one even looked at anybody. There's no eye contact, for goodness sake.
With the 6th Avalanche
6-0 Colorado here on Watch the Stanley Cup Playoffs with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. We will be right back. Watch Stanley Cup Playoffs with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. We need to get Sportsnet stats on the case. Got to get Sportsnet stats on the case. I want to know the last time Tampa was down 6 goals. I don't think it was recent. Dev, what are you doing for Father's Day? I am going to see my dad. And I'm going to bring my son. 3 generations of Dangles. Glins. 3 generations of Glins. You should know by now Dangle's not my real last name. A YouTuber with a different name. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, Vasilevsky allowed that. Then I think you're at the point of no return now, right? Like, Brian Elliott's not coming into this game.
Just chatting during the break about him being in the
Oh my goodness, Cogliano.
That
shot blocked.
Back to Jack Johnson up high.
New hook. This is another thing, man. Like, the more Colorado brings it, and there's really no incentive for them to stop. The more Colorado brings it, the more shots you got to block. The more injured you're going to get. Like, Zach McCoshen, he blocks another one, has another chunk taken out of him in a game that's clearly out of reach.
It's got to be in the back of your head. You just don't want any kind of a collision or.
But like, what do you do? It's the Stanley Cup final. What do? Stop trying? Just stop blocking shots?
Trust between head coach and John Cooper and what Vasilevsky means to this team and his legacy of all he's done in the playoffs.
Mikko Rantanen can't come up with it. Lightning can't clear it. Goodness. Rantanen playing keep away with Ruda. That's got to be no. It's a 6-goal game. We're not going to call that. Whoa! Who got dumped behind the play there?
Meant to this group over the last 3 playoffs.
This is his 100th Stanley Cup playoff game.
They're like, we've had it with this mountain time crap. We want to get out of here.
Of work for Andre Vasilevsky, regular season and postseason combined.
I've heard the fans in Denver aren't a big fan of the 8 p.m. starts because it's not 8 p.m. for them, it's 6.
Behind the net and looking for it, Sturm, played ahead by Killorn. And
on a Saturday, that's cool.
Comes Palat, he'll chip and chase against McCarr.
Tough on the weekdays, though. Game 3 is Monday, I believe. It's a tough one. Got to make it home.
Got a penalty in front.
Man dumped in front. Cale Makar. I believe Andre Palat going off for the cross check. What is the incentive to play Cale Makar at all for the rest of this game? You play him on the power play because it's hilarious, but like, yeah, the Lightning are just going to brutalize him for the rest of the game. You're not doing your job if you're not banging up Cale Makar. That guy has been giving it to the Lightning players in the box all night.
And Jared Bednar sends out the big guns here. Does that surprise you?
You know what? We just said your best player has one assist.
Do you feel a certain duty to the fan base when you sit behind the opposing team's penalty box? Whoa! Franson scores that. I think we pack up and leave.
Stanley Cup final.
Oh! Avs hold the line.
Saw that reaction from Julian Breesbaugh. Not sure it was about the penalty or who's out on the ice.
Oh, Nathan McKinnon. He wants a one-timer goal so bad. Rebound in front. Tampa flicks it out.
Landeskog. Kick back to McKinnon.
I've never seen the league's reigning Stanley Cup champions get tarred and feathered like this. This is wild. As Landeskog almost makes it 7-0. Makar keeps it in at the line. Casually.
Whipped in front to the near side for McKinnon.
This should say something about the durability of Cale Makar too. I've heard whispers, hockey men not thinking that the Avs could get it done with guys like him at the helm. Look at them now. Oh!
Lehkonen was down in the slot, comes back to McKinnon.
McKinnon, dazzling.
Drops it off. Gets it back.
Makar, the top unit's been out there the whole time. Makar scores! He doesn't even care! He doesn't even care! He does! Round Papa! There's your Father's Day gift there, bud. 7-0 Colorado.
Chris, the playoffs are all about trying to
and
take
over
away
half
the will
a period
of
to
your
play.
opponent to win. And this is one of those
In game
moments.
2.
It's been one of those games.
I
It's been the Avalanche
cannot
who've just
believe
been
it.
all over it. Hasn't been a lot of heads
You got to think about putting Brian Elliott in. Like it's not even the goals going in; it's how Vasilevsky reacts to it. Not that he's supposed to be like, yeah, I got scored on. That's awesome. But he looks very weirdly deflated for a guy of his caliber.
You got yourself a 7-0 game.
And at this point, you're keeping him in the game to keep the streak alive.
After a short-handed goal, gets a power play marker. Rantanen's got his third assist. And Nathan McKinnon's on
goodness.
the board now with an assist on that power play goal. Cogliano shooting it high.
And that's part of it too. You got to manage your star.
I don't even know what to say.
The biggest stage that there is, and you know, for McKinnon to all of a sudden go through, say, 2 games and 10 goals
Alex
and
Dedesi
had only 1 assist,
from Sportsnet
that starts to creep into your
sent me a
head as
text
well.
from Sportsnet stats. Tampa being down 6.
Keeping your other guys motivated and energized. And that's
December 30th, 2021. I forgot about this game. They lost 9-3 to Florida.
Under 10 minutes left.
Okay, now what's the stat for 7? Never did I think would that stat be out of date. Valerie Nichushkin still on hat-trick watch, by the way. So is Cale Makar.
Tried to give it to Byram, and he'll have to skeet back to retrieve it.
Chris, with that being said,
This is staggering.
I think Bednar will back off. I mean, mission accomplished. The game
Like, is Kemper into like Sudoku?
The top guy's got another one now.
There's Quirtle. You ever played Quirtle? It's where you have to solve 4 puzzles at the same time, or 4 Wordles at the same time. Here comes Braden Point.
2-minute game, and they certainly have done that tonight.
I don't think that ever touched Kemper.
A short-handed goal. Makar involved on both ends of that.
7-0 Colorado. Enough said. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. Oh, shoot, I screwed it up. No! I made it so far. We did it all season. Watch the Stanley Cup playoffs with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. I was so close. Hey, who wants to hear a really funny stat? Here on Watch the Stanley Cup Playoffs with Steve Dangle. From Chris Johnston. This is only the second time this is only the second time in Andrei Vasilevsky's 465-game NHL career he's given up 7 goals in a game. The other was February 22nd, 2020 at Arizona. Now, if you're like me, you're thinking, Arizona? How did Vasilevsky give up 7 goals to Arizona? How is that possible? And wait a sec. Why does... Oh my gosh, that was a huge hit on Arturi Lehkonen. Why does February 22nd, 2020 seem so familiar? So the reason Vasilevsky allowing 7 goals on that date got swept under the rug is there was a far more embarrassing loss that night. That was the night the Leafs lost to David Ayers. So the last time Vasilevsky allowed 7 goals in a game was the night the Leafs lost to David Ayers. And when you lose to one of your own employees, it kind of tops anything else that happened that night. While I told you that story, Tampa has thrown 1 million hits because there's less than 10 minutes to go in a game they're losing by 7. That was to be expected.
Maybe to look ahead to game 3 with.
I think you'll see just a little bit of sandpaper there. I would not be watching my pass if I'm an Avalanche player now, and especially when that line was out on the ice there. You know you're going to get hit. End of a frustrating night. Typically, that's the way it plays itself out.
Paul Kucherov and Palat, but pass onto the left side for Mikko Rantanen.
Mikko Rantanen. Oh my goodness, the reverse hit on Nick Paul.
11 points in his last 6 games.
It looked like it was going to be cooler, but he fell. Oh, listen, let Tampa have every puck, man.
Yeah, you remember Rantanen not long ago in the last series.
Every hit looks like it's set for decapitation. But here comes Nathan MacKinnon. He's trying to get Nichushkin that hat trick. Landeskog might do it for him.
Landeskog back to the line. Here's Makar firing it.
Kel Makar! Oh, it looked like it was in that tricky see-through net. Landeskog gets it to the point. Devontae walks that line. 2 guys on the ice right now for Colorado are on hat trick watch, which should tell you everything you need to know about this game. Oh, that's such a quick little move from Makar. He should not pinch. Nope. Not for the rest of the game. Don't give the Lightning license to hit you, man.
Makar has switched sides. Kucherov went after Makar there, got a shot in.
Also, we missed a rendition of Blink-182, I believe.
And it does come outside the line. They'll have to
I can't hear, but I saw Kyle Bukauskas just jamming out. And Avs fans like to sing Blink-182. Look at it. Like, Tampa's getting legitimately clowned. Like, that lady was laughing in Victor Hedman's face.
For Jared Bednar, and I do think you do a little bit of management there. You know,
oh!
There's going to be some hard hits. There's going to be some running around.
Boone getting the glove.
Be on the back end of it.
Byram pulls away.
Someone on the Lightning went hard into the boards there, and I think they might have got a hit with the puck from Kemper's clearing attempt to wrap it around. Perry's going into the corner. He's going to try to hit you. Whoa!
Out comes Byram, a hit to Comfort.
The Avs are still controlling this game. The shots are 31-14. This is an assassination. Holy cow. Under 5 minutes to go. And yeah, Tampa just trying to finish every hit because they should. There's Bogosian, boom. You're going to get a lot of cross checks too. Sergachev's a vicious player when he wants to be. And I imagine he wants to be. Usually 4 rounds deep in the playoffs, he wants to be. That's how he has 2 rings.
Really good grade A scoring chances for the Lightning.
Outside at the line, and there you could just feel.
Okay, we are getting a whistle here. No kidding.
Nichushkin, Cirelli.
Some real rough stuff. And yeah, Tampa's just going to take every liberty they can. because that's how it's always gone. Watch with your eyes. Live in the moment.
And this hardly a surprise.
We got a full-blown line brawl by the looks of it.
Not a lot of good usually happens.
Sorelli going after Lehkonen, even though Jack Johnson's on him, the former captain of the Oshawa Generals, 2015 Memorial Cup champion, baby. Sorry, I'm obligated to mention that as a resident of Oshawa.
Full pile up there.
Jared Bednar, like that's a terrifying looking individual.
Killorn. Not sure who's at the bottom of the pile. I think it's Sorelli. And it is.
Sorelli's not a big player, but he's not afraid of anybody. Chernak going off.
And everybody got in.
Oh, we got some penalties to sort out with 4:22 left.
You got to think there's going to be a bunch of misconducts. Game management. As we go to break, watch the Stanley Cup playoffs. We have a request. No. Producer Drew has requested that I sing All the Small Things. And I know the only reason he's requesting this is because he's at a wedding right now. Presumably, it's almost 11 o'clock. I was about to say half in the bag, but Andy's a dad now. Okay, he's at a wedding. It's almost 11 o'clock. He's a dad now. No, he's tuned. So I'm going to do my best. I'm not going to sing it. I'm not going to put anyone through that. But I am going to recite the lyrics the way I imagine Ron McLean would. All the small things. True care, truth brings. I'll take one lift, your ride, best trip. Always, I know, you'll be at my show. Hometown Hockey with co-host Tara Sloan. Watching, waiting, commiserating. Say it ain't so, I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home. Na-na, na-na, na-na. Sorry, I'm just imagining Ron with that part. Man, Drew, you're a silly goose. First of all, you're at a wedding. I know that these streams being available for free on YouTube is extremely convenient, and you can watch it on your television, what do they call them? Tablets, or you can watch it on your phone, perfectly free, and stream it seamlessly over your Rogers telephone plan. Okay, Drew, I know you can do that. You were at a wedding. You were celebrating the union of two people.
Really pushed, and amazingly, in this team now,
I know someone who went to a wedding during Game 7 of the first round between the Lightning and the Leafs. It's tough, right? And they're watching Game 7 at the table, and they realize that a giant crowd is built around them. And my buddy realizes that this might be inappropriate, so he says, do you think I should be doing this? And sitting next to him is the father of the bride, who says, it's fine, don't worry about it, yeah, it's fine.
Game 1 was good.
Basically saying, shut up. No, I'm watching the game. Shut up.
13-2 to come into a game.
That's Drew right now.
81 Islanders, Oilers 87 and 88, and the 2012 Kings all won the cup. By the way,
Drew says, buddy, I left that wedding after the first. 4 drinks and bounced.
Stanley Cup final after being
4 drinks and you're a dad. Buddy's tuned. This is why they're this is the sort of thing that we talk about while we wait for them to sort through all these penalties. The final 4.5 minutes or whatever's left.
They believe in their ability to adjust. This may be their biggest task, because even as
is going to take 9 hours.
The game about only getting 23 shots in game 1. Well, Colorado was great defensively. They stopped us. Their speed gave us trouble, and we weren't able to get our offense. Well, He's sitting looking at a 7-0.
Producer Nick, can you say that one more time so I can relay the info?
There's going to have to be a lot of discussion about what can you do to make a difference to turn things around.
Extra penalty
In 96, the Avalanche Panthers series, the series that the Avs swept. Game 2, the Avalanche beat the Panthers 8-1. It's still possible. That could happen. Alex Newhook, the only guy to get a penalty after all that. The Lightning have a power play? Sure. Yeah.
Just trying to break the bid, and he'll stop that from long range.
Kemper stops it, leaves his net. As he should.
Download the BetMGM apps today and tap into the nonstop action in casino and sports.
Chris, this is where you need a goal just for your special teams to get on the board too. If you're Tampa Bay,
4:13 to go.
Try to get something positive, dig one out here. And
Tampa getting 2.
0 for 3 in this game at this point.
Kucherov for ball. Victor Hedman fires right on.
Kemper, easy save.
Clears. 4 minutes left.
Here's what the Lightning are playing for on this power play. They're trying to ruin the you-know-what. I'm not going to say it. And they are also playing to have more than half of the shots that Colorado does. Right now, they're just over half. If Colorado gets the next shot, that will be undone. Or no, it'll be halfway. Half counts. No, you want more than half. Screw that. If you get half, you stink.
Pounded there by Kopfer, stays on the puck. Plays back to Hedman.
Like, I've run out of stuff to say, man.
Kucherov looking to center.
Ooh, Corey Perry knocked over in front. Reacts calmly, which means he's about to do something. Borderline criminal. Yep. Avs shoving him into the goalie. It's just not smart, man. You're giving Corey Perry license to be a jerk. And you got away with it. Yeah, man, I've seen this movie before. He's about to go squirrely. Is he still out there? He's not, but I can almost guarantee he's going to be out there for at least one more shift in this game. And he's taking someone with him. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go.
Ross Colton. Sergachev shooting, and Maroon with a screen in front. It didn't get to the net. Colton, sharp angle.
The crowd is chanting Perry sucks.
2 shots on goal.
I mean,
and now Colorado back at full strength. That shot knocked
listen.
in front, and Stern with the clear.
Much respect to Corey Perry. Is that ice? That's ice. Much respect to Corey Perry. At this point in his career, still being so hated that in a game where his opponent is winning 7-0, fans are still chanting against him. Perry wanted a call, didn't get one. Crowd chanted that he sucks. Perry, he got hit into Kemper. And he hops over the boards. I believe that's him along the left wall. Yep. Going right in front again. He's going to be in Kemper's kitchen the whole rest of the game. He's taking someone with him. .145 to go. Perry gets it deep.
Puck out of play with 1:26 to go.
Puck goes out.
In game 2.
Perry goes off. Nothing really happened. Tampa's just going to save their energy for game 3, man.
Coach and as a player, you come off a game like this and
Victor Hedman, like, that's the face of a guy who just lost the Stanley Cup final. Like, Tampa was down 2-0 the last round. They'll be fine, potentially.
Where Tampa's been a really good team. The only problem is Colorado's 7-0 on the road. and have not had any trouble getting things going this playoff away from home.
One game does not make a series. And Colorado needed overtime to win last game. But this loss for Tampa does not feel like a normal loss. This is Colorado screaming a statement with their whole chest for the entire hockey world to hear. 7-0. We head to game 3. They'll be in Tampa. Last change. That'll be a factor. Braden Point, 2 games in. Maybe he'll even get bumped up in the lineup. That could be a factor. Cogliano rejoining the Avs. He was a factor immediately. Nazem Kadri potentially joining the Avs. Colorado up 2-0. 2 games away from the Stanley Cup. Is looking like the best team the Lightning have faced over this now 2.5-year reign. And I'm not going to lie, I don't know how Tampa gets back in this thing. But if they're gonna, it's got to start at home. This building is rocking, and the way Colorado's playing,
7-0 the final.
This might be the last game they play here this season.
Are 2 wins away.
Never thought I'd say that of a team playing Tampa. Never, ever, ever.
Monday night at Amalie
7-0. Absolutely astounding. What a game from Colorado. The most dominant game I've seen against the Tampa Bay Lightning over the last few years. One of the most dominant Stanley Cup final games I've seen over the last few years. When was the last time you saw someone lose 7-0 in the Stanley Cup final? I guess we'd be going back to at least 1996 when the Avs beat the Panthers 8-1. I can't think of another time, man. Watch the Stanley Cup playoffs with Steve Dangle. That's it. Holy cow. Holy cow. I'm going to wrap it up here. We'll save this for Monday. If the Avs have any goals left for Monday. For now, that is it for this stream. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like the stream. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Colorado hit Tampa with a combo.